this place. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, a man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, a man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then darling, may God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, a man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, a man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then darling, may God help you.
Coming to you from the award-winning Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, PCA's 2024 Best of Leaf Midwest Cigar Bar, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. It's the Final Third Podcast.
Well, welcome back to another Final Third podcast during Snowmageddon 1920. Wow, 2025. I'm Rob.
I'm Will.
I'm Scott.
I'm Mike, and we're live.
And we're
We
live.
are.
We're recording
We are live.
I forget when I'm watching on my phone, it's delayed.
It's very delayed.
It's super
yeah.
delayed. Like
yeah.
15,
The intro's a
20
little
seconds,
laggy for some reason, so we'll figure that out. But
Yeah, well, we're doing it for the first time.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
Here, like,
So
this is the new format.
we're going to start doing these live, and that way you can watch them if you want to live. They'll still be recorded where you can go back and watch them later, or you can come into the lounge and hang out with us and banter us, throw insults at us,
Yeah,
give your balls a tug, whatever.
absolutely.
So, all right, we're here.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to be drinking whiskey and smoking cigars.
You know what I've been doing the last 5 days?
Drinking whiskey.
Drinking whiskey and
cigars.
smoking cigars.
Me too.
Yeah, we just got back
So
this
weird how
morning.
it works.
Yeah, we left this morning from Louisville. Mike and I have been in Louisville for a few days.
I
and-
saw those pictures. We're going to have to talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit here
Yeah,
today.
well, we're going to be drinking about it too. So
We are.
got
We
some
are.
good stuff today. And
Well, so we're going to be smoking, first cigar today, we're going to be smoking the 1502 Black Gold. Nice, strong Nicaraguan cigar to get our day started. Then we're going to be tasting through a few bottles. I'll let you guys talk about these when we get there.
Yep.
But the first one we'll go ahead and get started on. Our buddy Will Breeden, shout out to him. He got a special bottle and he wanted us to try it blind and give honest opinions and see if we can pick out what style of whiskey it is and what distillery or what brand it is.
Heck
So-
yeah.
So he's not here today. So
He's
I think
not
he's
here.
gonna be dead to us, but he left presents. So
see, you get that short stand mic and you're not in the mic, and then nobody can hear you.
I can hear me just fine.
I couldn't
I
hear
can
shit.
hear
you.
So I don't know what you were saying. You said something about something.
I said Will's not here, so he could be dead to us, but he
That's-
left presents. So
That's
So
true.
he's not dead to us.
He's not dead to us.
Oh, so wait, after Isaiah left presents for everybody, he's not dead to us anymore?
that's lapsed.
Predictions all week, and it was pretty funny because like there's a line. Right now, this is the line. Like you're
Yeah.
either gonna get 10 inches of snow or nothing.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so like right
But-
now we're on nothing.
But thank God we didn't get the ice that they were originally predicting was we're going to get a half inch of ice before we get 10 inches of snow. So we'll see.
By the way, Rob, two bearded guys calling out your beard.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, they were out here last night.
And they're
Tyler
complaining
was out
about
here.
Will's voice. See? I told you.
Choke up on it.
Choked up on it.
Let me get my balls.
No, Ty was in here
That's
last
right.
night.
Give your balls a tug.
He hung out with me for a while, and we were talking about doing some collaborations, maybe do a podcast together, and have a little bit of fun with it. So it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
Speaking of collaborations, I ran into somebody who was named Baker yesterday.
Nice.
That is the distillery
Supervisor.
at Jim Beam.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I don't know if it's like the Baker, like Baby Baker, or I don't know. I don't know many other people named Baker. So,
Well, if you're working for that distillery, come on.
well, I mean, yeah, you're part of the family in some way, I'm
Say
sure.
there could be a lot of.
I'm like, Joe No
like
doesn't
Baker's
work.
the new beam.
Yeah, Baker, Baker.
Joe No,
Bakers.
We
Yeah.
actually met
Are you
a.
related to the No's?
So my boss-
We met an
I'm not.
owner of a distillery yesterday. That was fun.
We did, yeah. So my boss in Louisville, Jeremy No, his last name is No, but he's not related to any of the No's.
As
That's
far
a
as he
shame.
knows.
Yeah, as far as he knows,
Knows?
he's no to the nose.
No?
You know?
No?
No.
I think you hit it on the nose.
we covered.
Okay, we've touched that in every way we
Yep.
possibly can.
We can.
All right,
Yes,
let's
yes.
get into this whiskey a little bit.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be blinding this, and we're
Yeah.
supposed to figure out
Single malt.
proof, and it's not a single malt. Really? You said that?
I just wanted to seem real confident, like right off the start, and then I was hoping like somebody else would be like, "Yeah, totally."
It's a single malt.
Like it's Lefroy with no peat.
We're taking this seriously, Will. I promise.
We're trying to at least as serious as we take anything on this podcast, which is not terribly serious.
Not terribly serious.
You can't take yourself that serious when you're doing.
Well, good
Drinking
news is
something.
we're
This is
5
a
minutes
whiskey.
into the game, and the Colts are not losing yet.
Hey, that's good. but
Wait,
I didn't
actually,
bet on them today.
are they winning?
Touchdown.
Did they just get that touchdown? Wow.
Is that Taylor?
I mean, again, this game does not matter, so they're going
Who
to
was
win
it?
big.
Oh man!
What?
Have you guys tasted this
Okay,
yet?
so this is a whiskey.
It's whiskey. Yeah.
This is a whiskey.
Nailed
This
it.
is
It's also a
Well,
bourbon,
not
not a rye.
yeah.
okay.
Was that you that was like, "This is absolutely a rye"?
That was.
Or no, that was
no,
Isaiah. That was
yeah,
Isaiah.
He was like, "This is
yes.
100%
Absolutely
right."
right.
It
But
was
he can
not.
taste paper, so
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. Shout out.
I'm gonna put it about maybe like 109.
I'll have to look at the bottle.
On
I can't
the-
remember. I
on the
can't remember the
proof?
proof. I'll pull that out in a second after we guess
Yep.
the distillery and the type of whiskey. And you guys already said you think it's bourbon.
I do think it's bourbon.
think it's
Yep.
What kind of bourbon?
But
Brown.
What kind
I mean,
of
like
bourbon?
like.
Are you wanting the mash bill or?
I mean, is it a high rye bourbon? Is it Is it more corn forward? Is it more wheat forward? What is
I
it?
don't think it's a wheater. I do think it's a corn heavy.
Okay.
I mean, I would have to say probably at least 65 to 75% corn.
Okay. Okay.
I think I'm in the 70 range on that one.
And it is a big 6. It's a big 6 distillery, so
Buffalo Trace kosher.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That was a really funny story from yesterday. Yeah,
Okay.
We'll have to talk about that. We
Let's
got a
do
lot
that
to
next.
talk about.
Yes.
From
We have
the,
a lot to talk about.
from the trip, but let's get through this tasting here
Yes.
real quick.
All right.
All right. So it's got some nice cherry notes to it. I don't think it's a Heaven Hill product. I don't think it's a Sazerac product. I'm looking at like Wild Turkey. And trust me, my palate is fine, but I just don't remember shit like that. So
yeah, yeah.
I do my best. That would be my guess. But this is a turkey, a wild turkey, who owns them?
Is that Suntory?
Campari?
Campari?
Suntory is
Suntory.
Beam.
Yeah, Suntory's Beam. I think Campari owns turkey. So I'll say Campari product.
Okay. Mike? Will?
Sorry, I'm fielding errors here.
Okay.
It's got a nice cherry note to it. that I
And,
like.
There's a lot of cherry.
and then also, if you like it or not. That's part of it, too.
Where did you guys land on proof? I think this has got to be like 111, 112.
I said 108, 109.
Okay.
I'm thinking like the 111, 112 range here. This is, yeah, I get the cherry.
I feel it's at least, it's close to 110, but I don't think it's quite 115. But so it's in the 110, 115 range, but it doesn't
There's
finish.
something to it. There's actually more. It's coming out as it oxidizes a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more coming from it.
The nose is giving me like a really high rye though, but the palate is not.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting
I
a
would
real
totally agree with you on that.
spicy nose.
Yeah.
Dude, there is like animal fat flavors in the nose. on
Yeah,
this.
not like, and I say spicy, I don't mean like tongue spicy, just like nostril flaring. Not acetone, because it's so different to like get an acetone flavor on the nose than it is to get this like spicy quality, tingly, I guess.
Okay. Any
That
more?
cooling. We talked about this yesterday too, like the menthol, but not menthol.
Right.
But like the cooling effect that menthol gives you, I don't know what that's called.
I think it could be the ethanol almost dissipating.
Could
can
be,
give some
I
of that,
guess,
'cause
but
it
it
can give
goes
you the
away
drying
real quick.
effect, but it also can
Effervescence.
give that minty without actually giving you mint flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
that's-
Mike, what do you
I said
think
turkey.
distillery-wise? You have a clue?
I'm gonna say this has got to be a Beam product.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go.
Beam?
I'm just gonna say Beam.
Do you
I was
guys
thinking-
have a guess on specific?
Oh, I
Brand.
would not even
Okay,
have
okay.
any idea
No.
on the turkey
What do you think,
side.
Will? You got at least a distillery in there?
I think I'm leaning more toward turkey than I am bean.
Okay.
Okay. Have the nuttiness and stuff.
Now, do you guys like it?
I do like it.
I do. It's good.
Okay.
The aroma kind of, as it opened up, had just that kind of weird animal fat thing that I actually like.
Okay.
I think it's almost kind of left. It happens almost when it's a little smoky.
It's pretty.
Okay.
It's pretty sharp. I mean, it's pretty well rounded. Like it.
Bet you will. You like it?
I'm kind of on the fence. It did change a lot with the cigar.
Okay.
But yeah, the definite.
Oh man.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Will and I, neither one liked it.
Two
At least
Beard-
not a lot.
Two Bearded says makers.
Makers, okay, and he's not even tasting it. Good
Right.
job, buddy.
Right. But
Wow,
based
you're
on-
sniffing it through the camera. Good
well,
job.
actually, I was going to
Smells
say
delicious.
that's pretty good because based on the descriptors we were kind of giving, that's not
Sound like a Makers.
that's not actually a terrible guess. But I don't think that it's got enough wheat in it.
Okay, are you guys prepared to be absolutely pissed off?
I don't. It's not, dude. I know how my palate is.
I bet I know what this is.
What?
I'm not gonna say it. Pull
Say
it
it
out.
now. No, no.
Say it now.
Is
or-
this the Nash Tucky that he brought yesterday?
No.
No, it
Okay.
says Big
No.
Six.
No, the,
Oh,
actually,
that's right. You did say
actually
Big
the
Six.
Nash Tucky
Yeah.
was delicious.
Because you guys were sampling that yesterday. Weller Full Proof. Okay.
This is that pick that got
oh,
awarded.
from
No kidding.
half
Yeah.
liter.
Yeah, from half liters.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sharp. Like it's got a sharpness on
It
the
doesn't
end.
taste enough to be like a full weeded.
Yeah. I was not a big fan of it. Will was really not that big of a fan of it, for at least for the way people were talking about it. But it does not taste like traditional.
Are you asking me,
Weller
does it
juice.
taste like a $50 to $70 bottle? Yes, it does. Can you get Weller Full Proof for $50 to $70?
No,
you
you
can't.
No.
So,
Can you
know,
get
it's-
it for $265 a pour in Louisville? You can.
Of course, yeah.
It's only slightly more expensive than the Eagle Rare that they serve at the Omni Hotel Bar.
Eagle Rare 10
10-year, which is $106
for an ounce.
for an ounce. Eagle Rare 10-year, standard, everyday, off the shelf.
Which
Eagle
should
Rare.
be $40 a bottle.
A bottle.
Yeah,
Well, they sell the bottle too, so if you want to buy a bottle to take back to your room, you can get the bottle.
$1,000.
Well, 1,700.
Oh,
1,700.
Yeah, you know,
wow.
it's pretty reasonable.
That's pretty pathetic.
I have a bone to pick with the Omni Hotel in Louisville, so if
I
you've
mean,
ever
do
stayed,
they think they have like Eagle Rare 17 or something?
well, if they did, probably couldn't afford it.
No, God no.
So my bone to pick with them is that nothing was open. Like, we literally stayed there because it was a holiday, and these restaurants and bars did not
All
say they were
closed.
closed
Oh,
for the
no.
holiday. I'm like, we booked they're like, yeah, it's a holiday. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here.
yeah.
Like, you're a hotel. You feed people, you house them. Like, right now, I just overpaid for a bed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even get to eat here.
Yeah.
Like, we walked across the street to Parlor, and we had a great freaking time.
Parlor was awesome.
Yeah, it's great food.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought you guys would be kind of surprised at that.
I am pleasantly surprised.
It did not blast me like a weeder.
No, that's why I was asking what
And
it
actually,
was.
it
being a
makes
weeder.
it makes two bearded guys guess pretty good, saying
Yeah.
saying makers.
Yep.
I mean,
What
that's-
is the proof on that one? I
Oh,
didn't even look.
yeah.
When we went to half liter there, I didn't even ask.
114.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. I would
That's
guess
pretty-
a little
I
low
mean,
after
Yeah, yours was like 110.
drinking
right?
whiskey
Yeah,
for
Yeah, but you guys
111,
were all
112.
real
12.
close. I mean, you guys were
Yeah.
within 4 or 5 points each one of you. So
Man, we had a field trip yesterday. We started with the breakfast pour of Thomas H. Handy,
yes.
and
it's
then
a hard
just
way to start your day.
worked our way down. Yeah.
Worked your way down to Millennium.
Well,
Eagle Rare
his,
rum
se-
balls.
his second pour was the Michter's toasted sour mash.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then I had the E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye.
Can we talk about this place we went?
Which
because
was crazy.
Because
What, Morning Fork?
the
Frankfurt Avenue Liquor.
Frankfurt Avenue Liquor.
Everyone in Louisville just calls it FAL, Frankfurt Avenue Liquor and
Okay.
Wines.
So this is a liquor store. Now
Kind
I
of.
won't say that their liquor store like inventory is real huge. In like a lot of their stuff, they might have 1 or 2 bottles of what they have on the shelf. But what they really do is they're a bar for tasting. And you want to talk about reasonable pricing. So I paid $65 for the pour of Handy at this restaurant that
Okay.
was a half mile down the road.
Yeah,
And
it was not far.
They had it there for 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
that an
indicative of
ounce?
this.
Do
For
they
an
do ounce
for
pours or 2 ounce
was it
pours?
ounce or ounce and a half?
Probably ounce. and a
Ounce
half.
pours.
Ounce pours.
Ounce,
One
okay.
ounce pour.
FAL was ounce pours. Both,
Wow.
both were an ounce.
Wow.
But it was like, I mean, everything was like that. Every single thing was priced like that.
That's awesome.
Right? That sour mash, toasted sour mash was what, like 15 or something? I mean, it was not expensive.
Oh, the port, yeah, no, it was like $15, $16.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
barrel proof rye Taylor was 25.
You
what
had the
else?
16-year.
Oh yeah, I had the
Seagrass,
16-year Seagrass,
which was spectacular.
amazing. Finished so fruity.
Yes, I had
That one was crazy.
That was one of the ones that he brought in here.
$24.
For us to try. That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was all super, super reasonable, and I was just blown away. It's amazing to me because I haven't spent a lot of time in Louisville, and we definitely want to talk about our trip a little bit. That's probably going to be kind of one of the highlights for today. But everywhere has good bourbon,
Yeah.
and in lots of cases, not just good bourbon, absolutely fantastic bourbon.
Yeah.
And in some
Well-
places, the pricing's crazy, $106 for Eagle Rare.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's just as bizarre because they had Old Forester single barrel barrel proof rye, $12, right? I'm like, you guys.
So they
do you
have
even know what
relationships
you're-
with certain people and and
I
others.
don't.
Maybe.
I know. I think they just don't know.
Don't
You
what
just
they're
got to
doing.
know
bourbon
where
real
to
well.
go to get these
Yeah.
pours, because like everybody sells these good pours. like the dive bar that Scott made me do karaoke at.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch about on karaoke.
So-
yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
Well, I wonder about that is if because, I mean, obviously it'd be stupid if Kentucky Distilleries didn't make sure everybody in Kentucky that wants their bottles can get them.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice if they would, you know, have their neighbors to the north be able to get everything too, but it is what it is.
Now I taste that wheat.
Yeah. All right, let's get into another bottle.
Yeah, so let's get into another pour that
You
isn't
guys,
that one.
You guys pick. I don't know. Do we want to finish off with Michter's or do we want to start with Michter's?
No, we need to finish with those.
I thought so too, because those
Yeah,
are a little
so-
bit richer.
The that
Probably
one-
the single barrel, the
I was
white.
going to say the second one because it's wheat.
Good call. Yeah,
Wanna
that was
finish
a
the wheat
good one.
fir-
Yeah,
finish off with the wheats
let's
first?
Do,
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the wheat
Let's get
one.
to the wheat. So we go to let's see here. Yesterday was Peerless. The day before was Michter's, and we walk in, and they've got the 2-pack of the barrel strength bourbon and barrel strength rye. I have not seen on a shelf a bottle of the barrel strength rye in a decade, anywhere, like ever. And admittedly, I don't go hunt like I did 10 years ago. But you didn't even have to hunt 10 years ago. It was just out there, and it was $50, $60, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
was like something you could get every day.
So this is the Origin series,
Yeah, so then-
Bardstown Bourbon.
Yeah, we go across the street to Bardstown, and they had, tons of stuff there. Their shop is really, really nice.
Yeah.
It
So
smelled
this
weird
is a
that day,
weeded,
but-
weeded bourbon, 106 proof. And honestly, Bardstown's doing a really good job of trying to bring their prices back down to reality. Same way with a barrel, you were talking about them. I bet you the
On
bottle
some
of
of
that
them.
one was probably a $5.99 bottle. That's
Yeah.
now probably $3.99.
On
Still
some of them, they
expensive.
are. I mean, this one was what, 65?
Yeah, I think 65 for
And
this
the other one was
and
79.
I was thinking when
Yes.
they came out with the Origin series originally, they were like 120, 150 or something like that. Maybe I'm
I
thinking
wanted
of
to
the
say
wrong one.
150.
Yeah, they were up
Yeah.
above 100.
So that's good to see them bringing them down.
Did you read what it is yet?
I did, yeah.
So, yeah, 6-year.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
Yeah,
No, no.
6-year product, 53% corn, 39 wheat, 8 malted barley. All Bardstown.
The pepper on
Okay.
this
Yeah.
cigar. Man, I just retroed it. I've kind of been ignoring it while doing the blind tasting there.
It
and,
might be one of those. I mean, maybe we should have started with the other one first, but that's okay. This one, I love this cigar. It wakes me up in the morning.
It's a good one. It's a good cigar. It's a
Wasn't it
nice
Jeremy-
pepper note.
Jeremy that said go big first.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
Ooh,
And when
that's
we were.
a good weeder.
Dude, this
Yeah,
is
it's-
really good.
it's different.
Holy crap!
It's a little different.
Yeah, so we're sitting at the bar, and I don't know. It was just enjoyable to talk. It was funny to me the people that did know bourbon and those that
Shout
didn't.
out Pete, bartender there.
Yep.
Pete,
If you are listening, thank you for the hospitality.
if you're not listening,
Then listen next
Your
time.
Then
balls
start
a tug.
listening.
Give your
Give your
balls a
balls a
tug.
I was walking around Louisville making everyone scan our QR code on the membership card.
that's all.
Yes.
I do want. Yeah, I want to talk about this Louisville trip because there's a lot of stuff that happened during this entire trip you were on.
It
so.
was a very, very good
Yeah.
trip. Yeah. We
Do you
had a
want to
great
go?
time.
Okay. Do you want to go in succession, like day one, day two?
Probably.
That-
Probably.
Otherwise, if you bounce around, because like first thing you guys did is you went down to a basketball game.
Yeah.
So Wednesday was the men's game versus
So-
UNC, which Louisville ended up winning by
Louisville-
like 13, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
But hang
Nobody
on,
was
before we got to
expecting
the
that.
game, me and
happened?
Janelle and Jen went and visited Mike at his place of work.
Oh, yeah, I
and
took
we
him to the
got to
studio.
meet his boss and all of his
Yeah.
coworkers, and
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
they
gotta
were
tell
excited.
you, man, it's pretty cool. You never know like where your TV feeds are coming from and what goes into it. And they did this 90-second check with ESPN to make sure that like all their upstream stuff was all working correctly. I mean, it was 90 seconds of like 10 different people all doing things and one guy
Yeah.
like directing it all.
Take
and-
note, Flow Sports.
Yeah,
Yeah, please.
exactly. Yeah. Flow Sports, pay attention. Maybe you can go to the building there in Louisville for the ACC
I wanna outbid
network
'em.
and-
or go to high school AV class and figure
yeah,
something
'cause
out.
They just,
Yeah, so I got to show them around. They got to see what transmission is. You know, they call Bristol and they pretty much go point to point with the internet and receive the video feed and make sure that there's no issues for the broadcast. So they got to witness that. Got to meet a couple of people I work with.
Very cool.
Showed them around. Janelle got to push a button on the board.
Nice.
Yep.
So
Yep.
showed her
So-
what it did.
So then we
better
go to
The
the
Sweet
game.
Caroline
Better
button.
pushing those
Hang on,
buttons.
that's you. Don't get ahead. Don't get ahead now. This story's too good to tell. So then we go and we go to the game, and of course Mike's running the board that controls the big screen in the arena. That's kind of what he's controlling, while there's the broadcast group as well. And so we end up on the damn big screen like 16 times. I mean, we were not, people had to be looking around going, who the hell are these people that keep being on the damn big screen?
Aaron knows. Shout out AA Ron. He knows.
Ron.
Like, if there's somebody's family there, like, we're beating that into the ground.
But then
Yep,
shout
no,
out
sorry.
to you.
I wore my Final Third podcast shirt.
Yep.
Jen got to push the button.
And-
Sorry, I was corrected. Shout out Jen for listening.
But yeah, then I got to turn around, and they zoomed in, and got the picture of the Final Third podcast shirt up
Hell
there
yeah.
on the big screen. I
Oh,
don't know,
yeah,
did
we
we
did do that.
did we make it on national TV?
You did a couple times.
Nice.
A couple times. Okay.
In passing from like opposite end free throws on the second day
Oh,
when
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
were in the lower bowl.
yes.
um,
Yes.
You could see the three of you like as they were shooting their
Nice. Okay.
free throws from that side.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Final Third podcast now,
Nationwide, baby.
nationwide.
Across state lines.
Worldwide.
That's
Prestige
right.
worldwide.
Streaming
It's
across the
being
internet to all
world.
platforms.
World. Nice.
We are almost famous. Almost.
So the women's basketball games, we used to always do Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
And basically what it was like the older crowd that sat towards the top where the camera deck is, they would have fat heads of the players on sticks. And one side has a face, one side is blank. And they'd hold it up, and we would have a camera on the floor and a camera up here. And they would have to show their face to whatever camera was pointing
yeah?
at them.
Yeah.
So we turned it into a game and like started switching real fast to see if they were paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, the marketing team decided that they were going to phase that out this year, or this season, I guess. And so they don't always do it. And I was like, we got to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to do it.
Because
I was
my
like,
wife,
Janelle
Janelle,
hates
hates
I was like, we have to do it.
that song.
I'm kind of with her on this.
Yeah.
I know it's getting a little overplayed. It's
I think
at
that's
every
why I love
sporting
it.
event. Everybody does it. And now it's
I
kind of
think
like,
that's why I love it so
yes,
much.
I tend to agree with you.
Like-
I think I'm that way too. Like, yeah, so they
So great.
So they play the song, and of course, immediately, like, I mean, it was so timed so perfectly. The camera goes right on the three of us, and Jen and I are just like turning, like yelling in Janelle's face, screaming the song, and she's just got this shit-eating grin, and it's just like, she's hating life, but she knows she's on the big screen, so
she has
can't-
to smile.
She can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
She was thoroughly embarrassed, which was what I was
Sweet
going for.
Caroline, ba, ba, ba.
I'll say the thing
Yeah.
I hate about that song the most is you'll be watching a game, or like hockey especially, or if they do it at a hockey game, which they do it occasionally. They'll literally start the song, and it'll be like 3 words, and the play starts, and they stop playing it, and everybody sings the rest of the freaking
They
song.
do.
It's like, God dang it, hockey's
We're
on. Let's
watching
go.
hockey. Come on.
So that was
This isn't football.
It's not football.
that was day 2 after we had checked out of the
Where do we
Omni.
go? Yeah, we checked out of the Omni. Where did we go eat? Oh, we went to Wild Eggs.
We went to
love
Wild
Wild
Eggs for
Eggs.
breakfast.
I will call out, though,
Love
that
Wild
place
Eggs.
in the Omni. So you didn't get to go until the next morning.
The
they had
Neighborhood Services
Neighborhood Services.
is the name of
restaurant.
this restaurant bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really, really memorable.
Doesn't sound
Neighborhood
like
services.
it would have great contents.
And not services like getting serviced.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
services. serving
Also not
food.
quick, but
Not really good marketing skills there.
No,
huh?
no.
It's
They-
a laundromat. Oh, it's the best bar in town.
But they did make an absolutely
Yeah, what-
incredible Bloody Mary.
what
Oh,
they
wow.
lack for a
Yeah.
name, they make up with alcohol.
Yes, so they pickled their own pickles and did their own pickled green beans, and they take the juice from both and add it in. When
It's
they're
pretty good.
making the Bloody
the
Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Oh man, it was
That's
really
awesome.
really tasty. Yeah. So, and we didn't hit it too hard that night. It was after the girls' game, right?
Yes, that was Wednesday
Yes.
night. No,
Yes.
Thursday night. So Thursday night was the second day. After that, I go to pick them up somewhere downtown, across the street from the Omni Hotel. I just had them meet me there.
And
so I
we'd
didn't
already
have to go
checked
down
into
there.
our weird ass Airbnb.
I already had checked
that
into the
had
weird
an
Airbnb,
alien room.
the alien
and-
one. I got
Alien
pictures.
room?
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah,
show you the picture.
Yeah, we'll get some pictures somewhere.
2 aliens.
You should have called Trey Mack. He would have been all over that.
Oh, he's getting these pictures.
dude.
So
Yeah,
it's
there
2
was-
aliens sitting at a table eating with the Colonel.
Yeah.
And then the
Eating
pillows
chicken,
are fried
fried
chicken.
chicken with Colonel Sanders.
Yeah,
I
it was
love
Colonel
it.
Sanders.
I
Yeah.
love it.
There was one that was a derby room.
One was the derby room. That's where we were. A bunch of horses.
Was that
And
like
then-
horses playing poker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead
okay.
of bulldogs, it was horses.
It was
That's
horses playing
awesome.
poker.
And his room.
And this was a full
had
wall
Ali.
mural.
That's
Like
amazing.
the whole
these
wall.
were, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we were in the Muhammad Ali Louisville Slugger.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to the dungeon.
So it's just
And the bathroom was the dinosaur bathroom. There
So
was
there
like
were dinosaur
So
towel
it's kind of a
racks.
Louisville themed.
It was weird.
House.
It was cool though.
Keep Louisville weird, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
fun. It was fun.
The weirdest part was there was a bar in the parking lot, like literally in the parking lot of this Airbnb. So
Okay.
like bars on the corners, 21st and Germantown. Gravel, our house.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
karaoke bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the karaoke
Gotcha.
bar.
It was a bar, and then like attached to it, like part of the same business, but they kept it separate. Inside was also like a nightclub, and so we walk into this place, and it's I don't know 10 o'clock.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Jen's already.
Wait, no, there were 4 college girls there, weren't there?
Well, that was about 10:30.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was about
10:30.
10:30.
Gotcha.
Jen was already having a
Feeling-
very good time.
Feeling some type of way.
Yes, yes.
Shout out to Jen, me and
Shout out to-
Plastered.
Oh yeah, yep.
She had a great time.
She was having the best.
She was
time.
having the best time
Yeah.
on Thursday.
So we go in, we're sitting there at this table. There's nobody else in there. There's like 4 waitresses. And so we're kind of wondering what's the deal with this place. And they're playing like hardcore gangster rap. Like super hardcore, right? Yeah. And we're kind of like, okay, what is this place? Where did we decide to come to? What's going to happen? And Mike's like, we got to get the hell out of here, man. This is going to be trouble. I just know. I mean, he was going on for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
about how we needed to leave. So we're thinking we're going to leave. And I asked the waitress, I'm like, hey, what's the story with the bar? I mean, you guys were pretty well staffed. I mean, what's like the crowd like in here? And she says, oh, well, it's kind of a college bar. Nobody really gets in here until like 11 or 11:30. And they all come tonight for karaoke. And I immediately, my eyes go about, as big as sausages. I go, karaoke?
You know how Scott is
Where's
with karaoke.
karaoke?
Scott goes,
at?
"We're not
I don't
leaving."
know. Where is it? And they're like, right on the other side of the wall. And I'm like, no shit. So we all moved to a table over there, and I immediately sign up and sing like 6 songs.
I only have one of them
No,
saved on here.
I
Yeah.
will say, Mike is the nerd behind the camera, doing the production, that found his day in front of a microphone. Is what I got out of that one.
guitar
That's
And
true.
he crushed it.
I tried to get him to do a duet with me, but he would not do the duet. What did I sing for the duet? Are you gonna play your song first? Let's hear Mike on the mic.
I don't know. What was it? What was it?
It was Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, Cindy, that's right.
Time after time.
Time after
You
time.
guys should have done Islands in the Stream together.
I said Ebony Ivory.
Oh, perfect. Heck yeah.
So
Let's keep it
let's see
real.
if this will play through this. I'll have to share this video too. This is me. Do you know this song?
I don't.
This is
Oh,
actually.
yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes. I do know that one.
I thought he sang it pretty well.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, I
There's
thought it was
Scott
pretty
yelling in
good.
the
That's
background.
Mike.
The entertainment value we're providing
Okay,
here
that's
at
all
the
you
Final
get.
Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge is astounding.
There are thousands of people here cheering right now. Well, Mark's just staring at me weird. So
That is all you get of my karaoke.
We had to mute the audience, so it wasn't.
So I chose Wax Fang Majestic
Yeah.
because that's one song, like literally the only song that I can like.
that's
Harmonize
In
with
that's
it.
in a movie.
It's
I
in a
believe.
lot of movies.
Okay.
I've
okay.
seen
I'm
in
trying
like
to think what movie it
animated
was
TV
in.
shows. I've seen it in like.
That wasn't
I don't
in
remember
Rocky
the
Horror
movie.
Picture Show, was it?
That probably checks out.
Okay, I was thinking that's where I've heard it from.
The last thing I remember seeing it in was an episode of American Dad, and like that, I had to look up that song, and I'm hooked on this one.
That's
what was
too
this
funny.
one? Here's Scott.
Here's Scott.
Oh, this is classic
This was the first
karaoke for me. I
Yeah.
do this.
This hit that ice cold, should have fired that white gold. This love for them hood girls, them good girls, straight master.
Yeah, we're gonna get this one.
Oh
muted.
yeah, yeah, dude. I'm Bruno Mars. Yeah,
Yeah.
every single time I
That's
karaoke,
funny.
I sing that song.
And you were singing that to 4 college girls, is what I heard.
Yeah, then I did.
And Pat.
Then I did
Pat.
Real
Pat
Slim
was there.
Shady.
Is
Yeah.
Pat a girl or a
Guy.
guy?
Pat was the guy,
I'm just going back
and
to
then
Saturday Night Live.
his mail order bride. I don't remember her name. But
Yeah.
Mail order bride.
Yeah, Taiwanese. I mean, she was definitely.
I mean, she was crushing it.
She was. She was dancing,
was
having
dancing.
a good time. It was definitely a mail order bride situation.
Wow.
Yeah, 90 Day Fiance, that stupid
Dancing
show my wife
Queen.
watches.
Never heard of it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to see
you
it.
don't need to.
Please don't tell me
No,
where it
you
is. I
don't
wanna
need-
see it.
no,
Yes,
you don't
yes.
need to know anything.
Sorry, Janelle. No, we don't want to watch that show.
No, we're not watching 90 Day freaking Fiance.
Oh,
So while Jen was shit hammered, we were up there contributing to more hammering of shit.
yes.
And
yes, we were.
Scott was, what time was it? It was like midnight, 12:30.
No. It was about 11:45, and I said we are leaving here by midnight. I said because midnight is when it will go from, oh look, it's cute that the old people are here,
And then it's like,
to,
oh, let's make
it's
fun of the old
creepy-
people.
It's creepy that the old people are here, right?
I'm like, oh.
You get to midnight. Yeah, sorry, you now join the ranks of old people, man.
I'm in that now.
You are there,
know,
buddy.
Dang.
You're like, yeah, you're doing well in your
Shoot,
career.
if that
you're
place at
adulting.
28, you're probably an old guy.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well,
I
so
would agree.
I was
it
hungry.
turned real fast. It was like the clock hit 11:30, and all of a sudden,
everyone.
everybody that was under the age of 25 in
Everyone.
Louisville's like, "Oh, we're going to 21st and what was it?
21st
Germantown?
and Germantown.
There you go. Yes.
So we ended up going there because they had already eaten a lot of other options around downtown that were open at that time.
I do want to call out Tyler on
Tyler.
our chat
Tyler.
because he said Devil went down to Georgia. Good call.
That
That's
is
a
a good
great
call.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
It
is a good one.
I don't do that nearly
So
enough.
where are we at with karaoke night at Final Third?
God damn it.
Well, that's funny. When
Please
Doc-
don't say that out loud. Lisa will have
when
a karaoke
we could
night.
definitely do it on the patio. That'd be hilarious. It'd be awesome.
right here.
when Dr. J asked that,
We could do it second
Jen had
hour
a,
of this show.
Jen
if you
had a
wanted.
pretty rough second day
Yeah.
after that. Of course, from the day before.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, very rough. She-
Dr. J was like, "Why haven't we done it at the lounge yet?" And I was like, "This is why."
This
Yeah.
what?
Jen being shit hammered.
Oh.
I was like, "That's
Totally hungover.
Yeah.
She said it was the worst hangover
Okay,
she's had in
okay.
like a decade.
Okay, hear me out. This could be a members only
oh gosh."
event.
Oh, you're gonna have to get your membership.
Get your membership. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So we are into January now. The end of January is the end of getting your membership. We have membership cards. We're getting everything set up. I'm working on that this week. We're up to 10 already. That's great. Let's get a few more in here, and then we're going to have a fun year this year. So reach out to us. There's going to be a lot of benefits to and honestly, the benefits are going to morph throughout the year. I'm hoping to continue to do more and more as we get more people involved. So I'm excited about it.
This is a great chance to be able to have some experiences. The Final Third Cigar and
Yes.
Whiskey Lounge. That's the big focus. There will be members-only events. There'll be members-only content on
You
the
get to listen to
podcast.
drunk Jen sing. This is going to be
Exactly.
great.
Yep.
She
yep.
will probably most definitely not do that.
Oh, dang it. Come on.
But yeah, ask about the memberships.
Mm-hmm.
Message us and get more details.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
into the shop and find out about it.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun.
It is, and you only have to the end of January.
Into January.
It
'cause
cuts
we're
off.
going to cut it off, and then we're going to start focusing on what we're going to do for the people in the membership. Again, we're not stopping events here. We're still going to be doing all the events we normally do.
Two Bearded
This
Guys
is
is
gonna
calling
be
you
more.
out for saying not telling them about the membership.
Bros, come on.
Show up again.
Come on.
Oh, members only jackets.
I thought we did talk about
Ooh,
that last
members
night,
only
Tyler. I'm
jackets.
sorry, buddy.
Some Final Third members only jackets.
Ooh, smoking jackets, members only smoking
Oh,
jackets.
now you're talking.
Can they be starter though?
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, we lose money on this deal.
So
'Cause I can't buy cheap
your gift
jackets.
is that you get a members only jacket, but it costs $1,500.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Green jacket, gold jacket. Who gives a shit?
Gives a shit.
Happy Gilmore 2 coming out soon.
Oh, dude, it's coming out real soon.
Yeah, it's pretty
They've already
soon.
released
I
the
just-
trailers.
Yeah,
I
the
thought they
trailers
were.
are
I
out.
thought they were still just videoing it. It's like
Nah,
no, it's
man,
coming out. I
it's-
think into
it's-
January,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. January, February.
We gotta do a trip. We gotta actually go down. All of us go to see the show.
Let's do it. Can you stay awake?
That's
I
a
only
good
fell
question.
asleep one freaking time, and it's stuck with
During
me.
the most
During the most exciting
action-packed.
movie
Yeah,
we've
what
ever
was it?
seen.
Gladiator 2 or
No,
something?
it was Oppenheimer.
No,
No,
well,
it was
Oh, you
Deadpool
did
and
two
Wolverine.
movies.
My
Only
mistake.
two
I did two
movies.
movies.
Yeah.
Deadpool
I
and
did fall
Wolverine.
asleep
That's
between
right. And Deadpool and
Oppenheimer.
Wolverine.
Well, Oppenheimer, I did with him. Fell asleep.
Yeah, but that was in like IMAX and like Dolby 9000.
I don't even know how
audio,
you could do that. How you could fall asleep during that movie.
No, dude, think about it. That movie
I mean, it
could
was
have
like
been
4
done
hours
in an
long.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
It
and
did
had
take
been
too
action,
long.
but there were
Yeah.
so many slow scenes I fell asleep. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Not during
I
any of
had
those
no
ones, though.
excuse because that thing was like banger from the start. I remember the first scene, and I remember the last scene. Nothing else. But
Ron
I don't
fell
know how
asleep
you
during
couldn't
the bomb
just
drop.
laugh your ass off during the whole thing.
Oh, it was great. Second time I did laugh my ass off.
He
And
was,
the third,
he was
fourth
asleep
time
by
too.
the end of the bye intro.
Oh, that was
There you go.
great. God, that was so funny.
All right,
Let's keep going.
Let's see if we can pay some bills.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
Commercials live.
That's nice. That gives us a chance to drink more whiskey and
It works.
smoke more cigars.
That's true. That's true.
Great.
So this wheat.
Let's get back into this. This has way more flavor than most wheaters to me.
I know,
Way
right?
more than
I mean, it's
Weller.
got fruity flavors. It's got almost like a really light caramel kind of thing going. Very, very nice. I mean, again, we talk about this all the time. We think we don't like wheaters. There's wheaters out there we love.
And that was one of the reasons I wanted to try it. I actually
Yep.
asked Pete, the bartender there, like, "What is there anything I should try?" And he said,
That
"What
guy
do you
was
think
awesome.
about wheat?" And I'm like, "Well, we're slowly having our minds changed about it.
Yep.
So fill me in." He's like, "Dude, this is a pretty solid wheat."
Yeah.
Pours it for us, and wow, yeah, that was. I mean, I had that. They had a single stave. They had this barrel proof. They had the what was the one that's the wine finish?
It was a Silver Oak cab finish.
Yeah, Silver Oak Cab. Right?
18
I
months
mean,
in a cab barrel.
yes,
Nice.
from Silver Oak, which is
Yeah.
really excellent cab.
Yeah.
And it's $160.
Yeah, I would say that's the
I-
one we talked about when we went.
When they first announced it, we talked about
yes,
it.
Yes, we did talk about it. And I just decided, no, for $160, it wasn't worth it.
I mean, at this
kinda
point,
was.
we're very picky on buying
Kinda-
bottles.
All right, fair
But
enough.
only because we got to try it first.
Right.
But
Yeah.
right.
looking at the bottle and going, "Oh, is that $160?"
Yeah.
It was pricey. It was a really good pour. It was so much darker than the
Yeah.
other ones. But it was a blend of 9 to 15 year Bardstown.
Plus,
So-
cab barrel makes
plus
it dark
cab,
too.
Yeah. So
And I will
9 was
say-
the lowest. So it was 9, 14, 14, 15, 15.
I would absolutely go back to Bardstown
To do their
to
tour.
do like either
Yeah,
a
or
tour
guided
or
tasting. Well, that one
yeah,
would be
the
That would be a
tasting.
fun one to do.
Yeah.
We did the
Yes.
Thief tour when we went.
Oh,
At Bardstown.
Oh, so you just got to
Yeah.
pull.
Did you go in to Bardstown, or did you go to the Bardstown in Louisville?
No, we went to Bardstown.
Okay.
Yeah, you were
see,
in. Yeah, we were in Louisville.
I didn't
so
even
it
know
was
they
like
had
their
one
tasting
downtown.
room, and yeah,
think-
but it looked brand new.
I think
mean,
this year,
it was
this year
really,
we need
really
to make
nice.
a 2 or 3 day trip just to Bardstown area. I mean,
Yeah, we talked about
just
that.
outside of Bardstown. You
We
can
were
hit.
planning.
You can hit up Beam
Are
just
you?
down the road. You can hit up Four Roses, Willett, Heaven Hill, Bardstown. 1792. They're all right there, and you could literally spend 2 or 3 days just getting hammered or
All the more
enjoying
reason
your
for
trips.
the final third bus.
Hey,
That's a good
there's a
call.
limo up for 4,400.
How many people can fit in your caddy?
2.
Roll up in that caddy, man.
It's
Let's go.
prior to seatbelt laws, so as many as we want.
Surfing on top, baby.
Whose lap am I sitting on? So
We'll draw straws.
So on Friday,
Draw
our
something.
first tour was to Michter's. So we ended up going to Michter's at Fort Nelson,
The
downtown.
tour was
Not-
fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was educational.
It was educational. I did like some of the
They
things. that
tell you all about, Pennsylvania rye and how it moved to Kentucky and then Prohibition and what was on the land before Fort Nelson started, because they have, 2 other locations where they do distillation and storage. Downtown it seemed more like what Chattanooga was, with like a experimental, because they
Yes.
only pump out a barrel a day.
It was a barrel
there.
a day that
Yeah,
they
so
were
like
doing.
literally just enough to show you the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they grind their grain, and then how distillation works.
Okay.
So like the still was running, but I mean like that's
Did they allow you to try the white dog?
nah, it was
Nah.
roped
That's
off,
I would have
but-
liked it, but like
Yeah,
to try
so
to.
that's-
They were running water.
it
You,
was-
you were doing a
yeah.
regular tour. You weren't doing the behind the scenes tour.
correct.
Yeah, it was just a
And-
tasting tour.
Yeah. You can't
and the
let everybody
tasting
do
was
that.
fine. They give you 5 expressions, and the group that we were with was actually very well educated
on tasting.
on tasting, not so much the whiskey side.
And
because
why was
most
that?
of those people that were there were in town for a beekeeper convention.
Oh.
So already have elevated palates because of what they do for their profession
So
anyways.
the beekeepers were all going hanging out at the meadery.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
They're like, yeah, we decided to take a break from the convention and come.
Do you
drink
have a
bourbon."
honey finished Michter's I can try?
go across the street.
Yeah.
The one thing, the only issue I have with Michter's is I think Michter's has some stupidly amazing whiskey. Their bottle presentation looks a little cartoonish.
Really, I kind of like them still.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
always
I-
feel like you see that on a shelf and it doesn't really stand out to me.
The only problem I have with it is you can absolutely miss some of their great bottles
Because they all
Oh, yeah,
because
because,
it looks the
this
same.
looks-
Yeah.
Like you have
same.
to look and see
Yep.
how many
The barrel strength,
how much
they're
wording
toasted.
is down here below.
Yeah.
If it's got a lot of words and you see smaller font, then you're like, I should take a closer look.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just like straight bourbon.
One, if you
right?
look at
That's
that
what it
bottle
says.
too, in the name Michter's, it kind of you look at it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna look over that because it looks like
Sons' names, which was Michael and Peter.
that's very cool. Okay, I didn't know that.
Kind of like what Alec Bradley did.
Yeah.
With theirs, except it's not like a laddie. It's,
Yeah.
You know, their full names.
Right.
Yeah.
So could have called
it's-
it Michael's Peter.
I thought the tasting was actually really, really good.
The tasting was good. I like the guy was very knowledgeable.
No, he wasn't.
I don't
He
wanna-
read the
well-
script very, very well.
He was very knowledgeable on what he was supposed to tell us.
Because
how
when
to
I
read.
talked to him
was
after
very
the tour,
researched.
Yes.
I said, "So what do you think about this or that?" And he's like, "Dude, I drink Jim Beam to get drunk," and that was it. Like
Wow.
that is like
It's like,
that's
cool.
what he does.
You know what? Even if you do that, you don't do that. You don't say that.
Right. Now he did ask a good question, I thought, and maybe it's a question that only somebody who just drinks white label to get hammered would think to ask. But he said during COVID, sour mash. He was just whatever bottles he could get his hands on because everything was closed down. But he'd always been worried about sour mash because he thought that somehow meant it was sour.
Oh
He
yeah.
didn't know what sour mash was.
So that's
and
a
he
good
asked
thing.
somebody. He asked the rest of the group, and there was a couple people that were like, "Yeah, I don't like the sound of sour mash. That doesn't sound appealing." And I just thought, okay, well, sometimes ignorance does bring some good conversation and good questions.
Yeah. So okay, that's a good thing, a good segue here. So we've talked about this before, but not everyone's listened to every podcast. What's the difference between sour mash and sweet mash?
Well, I'm
Great
glad
question.
you asked, Rob.
Thank you. I mean, we all know that, but please tell people.
Do you want to
So
tell?
I can tell the basis of it.
That's all you need.
We talked about this a while ago, and we did I don't remember the number, but it was our Hard Truth episode because they had just released their Sweet Mash Rye. And so we gave that story too. And not oddly enough, we had planned it this way. We went to Michter's, and then we went to Peerless the next day, which does only a Sweet Mash.
Right.
So it's 100% cleaning of everything.
Right.
Which is why they
before-
are also
which
100%
is
kosher.
Why they're
Yeah.
also considered kosher, because somebody in the family line, I don't remember like the heritage, somebody in that was blessing all their things,
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
They were
The
Jewish
rules.
and
They were
yeah.
Jewish, and they did their thing to make it that way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so
also,
sweet mashing
you
is-
have to clean all your equipment to
Right.
make it kosher anyways. So
Yes.
sweet
Sour
mashing
mash is-
is
Sweet mashing is a lot
starting.
like brewing beer. You clean everything
It's like sourdough.
all the way to.
You got to have
Exactly.
a starter, so there's always going to
With
be some
sour-
left.
That's sour mash is
Sour
like
mash is.
That's what
sour
I'm saying.
mash is when you got a starter.
Yeah,
that's
you
what,
have your
that's why I
starter.
said
Yeah.
sour.
Yeah.
Sour mash
Yeah,
is when
Let's
you
talk
start.
about the
sweet
sweet
mash. Sweet mash, you pitch
Everything.
clean
Everything,
new
clean yeast,
yeast,
everything. Yeah,
all
yeah.
that, right?
Everything.
Yep.
When you're trying to create consistency from one batch to the next, you take kind of some of what's left over after you've drained the tanks.
Yep.
And that is kind of like the yeast cake and some of the
That's what gets you started.
fluid, and that's what gets you going in the next batch, and it makes it consistent. That's not always 100% true, though.
Yeah.
Because yeast will change. It's an organism, right? It's a
does,
living
yeah.
organism and will change.
It morphs,
And,
yeah.
and when that happens, then sometimes you're like, okay, I got to go back and pitch some different yeast to get back to my flavor profile, or you just let it kind of do its thing.
Let it
Yeah.
evolve.
Yeah, let it evolve
Well,
and
and
have
that's
that
where-
evolve the bourbon.
That's where Hard Truth, they're all sweet mash.
Yeah.
So everything they do is sweet mash, and they put it on the label so people know that. I would like to see more distilleries put that on the label, and that would get more people thinking about the difference between the two, and they wouldn't think sour mash means it's a sour whiskey.
Yeah.
I
Now,
I
think
think we said the same
We
thing
did
when
have
we did that one.
We did.
Yeah.
We did have a fun point during the tour for
Which one, during
Michter's. For the Michter's tour, where they said, okay, now watch this video. And Fred Minnick pops right up on the screen. They were talking about
Was he
low.
talking about Will again?
Yes, he was up there saying, Will Breeden, I love you. You're the best taster in the
the
world.
best ever."
I want you to taste all of our vodkas.
Jen's watching us at home. Thanks,
Nice,
Jen.
thanks, Jen.
On the big screen.
But
In the igloo.
so we see Fred Minnick up there. But what they were talking about was low barrel, low proof entry into the barrel.
Okay.
Because their target is, what did they say, 103?
106.
106.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so their goal is to go in low, so they're adding the water before, not after.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
They're trying to, well, at least they're trying to minimize the amount of water that they add after.
Allow the water to bring the proof down, but then let it all sit in the
Exactly.
barrel to age.
Yeah, so if they're starting at 125, which is the highest you can go in,
Yeah.
right? Then you're adding very little water to it, right, to get it down to 125.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're coming out White Dog, you might be 130 to 140. I think 165 is the max, if I remember correctly.
Something like that.
But you're just trying to get it down to 125 to go into the barrel.
Right.
And then from there, when it comes out, you're going to proof it down to whatever with water. They believe by adding the water ahead of time and going in a lower barrel proof that they maintain a better product because the water takes on some of the elements from the barrel the
Right.
same way that the whiskey does.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're
Scott.
not just adding water.
You were right. It was 103.
Ooh.
103.
Peerless
okay.
was 107.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I
Well,
knew
and-
Peerless was 107.
Thank you, Jen.
And
She
s-
paid attention
And
that day.
Starlight does the same thing. They go a
107.
low entry proof.
By the way, you
barrels.
just made me feel real good about mymyself because you said I was right.
You were right.
I don't hear
You
that
were
at
right.
home very
Shout out
much.
Janell.
Okay, before we keep talking, hey, Will, tell us about this barrel, the next bottle we have coming up.
So this one's a 6-year. This is a single barrel. It's a 60, 26, 10, 4.
4 grain single barrel.
Yep.
And this is the last one that they are doing for. They said forever. Come on,
What did,
it's
do you
not
remember what he
forever.
said the next one was going to be?
He
it's
said
a
they're
toasted something, wasn't it?
they're going back to their high rye.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
he said they're going back to their high rye recipe. So this is it for the 4 grain.
So what's the proof on this one?
120.
120.
120 on this.
Nice even number.
Yep. And right at the nose, right at the beginning, you know it's a 4 grain.
Yeah.
Like there's just something distinct about 4 grains. I thought Frey Ranch Uncut immediately when I smelled this.
That's right, yeah.
This is a little more mature than the Frey Ranch
Clover
product.
on the palate a little bit.
Yep.
This one,
Yep.
this one has
It was sweeter.
a similar kind of profile of the 4 grain from Hard Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Deep, rich, a lot of things going, but I think this one's got a little bit more going for it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit
It's a
more
little
going
bit more
for it.
complex, yeah.
Yeah, and at $79, I was like, that's definitely
buy.
worth buying.
79 for a single barrel,
Yeah, 4 grain.
120
Yeah.
proof, 4 grain. That's
Yeah, from
that's pretty
Bardstown.
good.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
We didn't
That's
use
like-
our app, but shout out to Ari because we dropped the heliotrope note a few times.
Yes, we
Nice,
did.
nice.
We did. We should have used the app for some of those.
And that's a
tastings.
good thing, if you haven't downloaded it yet, it's LIQ. Lick is the name of the app.
Lick.
You can go in there and you can actually just sign up. There's no cost.
Check out our last episode. It gives you all the details. Did you do the walkthrough on that yet? Because you've had so much free time.
So the episode is up. That was
Yeah.
episode 135. I did not post the walkthrough video of that, so
Okay.
be sure to like and subscribe.
Well, if you get
And I
on the
will get that
app,
video to
Will
you.
has been adding a lot of stuff to the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see everyone else's.
So it's kind of nice to go
When they
back and
select
see
to
it.
share them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of to me, it's more like a social media app for sharing different liquors and things you enjoy. So, and
This is
tasting
very
notes and all that.
This
This
goes
is
well with the
delicious.
cigar.
Yeah.
This is
this
going.
pairs very well.
It is.
Yeah.
The sweet notes are coming through, and even the darker notes are coming through nice too.
Yes, yes. It's a solid pour.
It really is.
Did I forget you have some Bardstown in here? Don't you?
We're out right now.
You're out right now. Okay. Well, I
I
know
mean-
that I'm sure that the single barrel is probably a distillery only, but
I'm
I
sure it
don't
is.
think that weeder is.
No, these
That
the
could be a-
Origin series is available,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I might have to grab some of that, and I
So-
want to do a Bardstown tasting here at some point too.
That
so.
would be great. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So second day we went to Peerless, and what we ended up doing was not the full tour because I'm an idiot, and I booked a guided tasting, which is much different than the actual tour.
But it did not upset
it
any of
was-
us.
Did you go back into the boardroom, kind of do it in there?
Yeah, back.
It's a cool
Yeah.
spot. It's a
So
cool spot.
Corky Taylor was there, so we stood there and talked to Corky for a little bit.
He's the
Who's Corky Taylor, Mike?
Fourth generation CEO owner of Peerless.
It's amazing,
So
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
the Jimmy Russell of Peerless.
so his story.
He's got some good stories.
Was so good. He comes from a military family, and
Got sent to military school.
yeah, his dad or his grandfather, I don't remember which, somehow came in possession of Patton's, General Patton's
Ivory
sidearm.
holster.
His
Or,
ivory
not holster, revolver.
revolver.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And I guess George Patton used to say that, what was it, pearls are for ladies, ivory is for men.
Men, yep.
Yep, which was pretty cool.
It's
So
upstairs
that's-
in his office.
Till the
It's been
elephants are all
handed
dead.
down through all the generations, right?
Now it's
And they, anytime that there is a general retiring from, was it Fort Knox? It's there.
Yeah, Fort Knox
Yeah.
is a close one.
Anytime that there's a general retiring, they basically throw a party at Peerless for that general.
That's very cool.
And some of them know that he has the gun and they're going to get the chance to see it and hold it.
Wow.
Some of them don't, but he said he's never had a single one not get a tear in his eye.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Holding on to that. Now, it's also interesting because he went to military school. His parents forced him to go there.
Got kicked out.
He got kicked out because he had a couple of roommates.
They were pretty rowdy.
The Allman Brothers were his college roommates.
Corkies.
We're Corkies.
The actual.
Yeah,
The
Allman
actual
Brothers.
Greg and what was
Alan? Not
Greg
Alan.
and no
Who's the other guy?
Randy?
Matthew?
Yeah. The Allman Brothers.
Just keep
Whatever.
naming
Yeah,
names.
the
You'll-
Allman
You'll hit it.
I,
in those
well,
two.
one
Yeah.
of them died quite a while ago.
For you young
right?
people, just Google Allman Brothers and you'll hear their music.
Great music.
Yep,
Great,
yep.
great music.
70s.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess he said that the Allman, one of the sons and the son of a great guitar player, what he considered one of the greatest guitar players ever. I forget his name.
Randy Rhodes?
No, it wasn't
Oh,
Randy Rhodes.
okay.
Brett something. Anyway, he said that they've now
Dickie
formed
Betts?
a band, and like before Greg died, he was like, "Yeah, they're definitely better than me and his dad." And he's like, "Well, they're sober." So that kind of makes a difference.
That kind of does it, yeah.
Because the Allman Brothers were definitely notorious for having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new one is the Almond Betts Band. I think it's
Yes.
Dickie Betts.
Dickie
Yeah.
Betts. There you go.
All right.
This
cool.
one's called Airboats and Cocaine. Dwayne and Greg.
Dwayne and Greg. Thank you.
Jen said
I
Dwayne
knew-
and Greg. You all suck.
I knew it was Greg Allman. I knew that much.
So this is some of their new music.
This is their sons.
Yeah, well, from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people did call them toasted almonds.
The toasted almonds.
Which may have led to his getting kicked out of military school.
Yes. Yes.
It was also the grandfather that served beside him. Sorry. So
But
that
we
was-
did mention that there is
We suck
no
today.
Peerless here, and so
No.
he said,
Reach out to
"Call
him.
him. Call." He gave a
Mike
contact.
Young is
Mike
the other
Young.
guy. So shout out Corky and
He
Mike.
said
I got
he
Corky's
said
contact,
somebody
so-
will absolutely blast somebody from the distributor who will remain unnamed. RNDC.
Yeah.
And so they'll make sure and talk to you about possibly getting some Peerless in here.
I'm in.
Good, because
yes.
I've loved Peerless from day one. I mean, I had like their 2-year stuff in 2017, and everybody bagged on because they were $120.
Right.
And I get it. Okay, it's not cheap. Again, they're doing 107 entry proof.
Right.
And they only do is everything barrel proof? Everything is barrel proof.
Everything is barrel
Yeah.
proof.
So even when
Yeah.
they do their small batch, it's barrel proof.
Yeah.
So
that
you're,
one,
you know,
I
mean,
think that one was 106
They
was the
guess-
lowest that we tried. yesterday.
107 was the entry, so I thought they were all higher.
Maybe it was 108 then, because
Yeah,
it went
okay.
to 112
I
on
think
what
they're-
we tasted
they
yesterday.
have a few that get up in closer to 120.
Oh, they have a lot.
Over
that could-
time.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot. Just
But
like
they
the
have a
ones
lot.
that he
They do a lot
brought
of
out for
aging.
us to taste were around 108, 112.
Well, we're
somewhere
also
there.
in a world now where all of a sudden now $120 whiskey is not as hard or not as hard of a buy as it used to be. I think we're in that world now.
Yeah, because those were the $45 bottles 5 years ago.
5 years
But when I
Yeah.
first was
Yeah.
when I was first introduced with Peerless, I'm like, God, those bottles. When I'm buying it for my personal self, that's a little high
Yes.
for what I want to spend.
Now I don't bulk at it as much.
You don't. And honestly, did you guys get a chance to try their toasted rye?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Which-
tried the high rye.
Won the
Bourbon.
first place for bourbon in the International Spirits Competition.
That's
Jen
the
bought
one
a bottle
that.
of toasted.
Okay, so that's the one that Garrett and Dan Kidd, they were going down after
To
we
do
did the
that
Starlight
one.
pick.
To do that one.
They went down there to do it, and
That's a good one.
they were trying to get me to buy one. I'm like, I just don't need another bottle
So
for
pricey.
$120.
Yeah.
I should have
I
got one
spent
now.
a little more on
That pales in
on the
comparison
bottle,
to the cognac bottles.
Ooh.
which was so good. I'm sorry I don't have it here today. Well, I'll bring it next time, but
Remind me the distiller's name.
Shoot, I don't remember.
I
that.
don't need.
I know.
didn't
I
even
know.
say it.
Eric Jansen's buddies with him.
We weren't on the tour,
And
so.
we actually
Waddle.
we got Waddle. That's
Yeah,
it. Yes.
Waddle is-
So we went back in there and we
Chris-
talked to him. He
Chris
took us
Waddle.
through a tour.
I don't know if it's Waddle or Waddell, but
It's one of those two,
Or
yeah.
it's
But he
WAP,
actually
yeah.
had, because he heard I was an absinthe lover, and he gave me the rest of a sample bottle of their absinthe finish. So they're doing all kinds of crazy things down there. But everything I've had so far, I've enjoyed.
It's really, really good.
Got to see Rycat. She's still alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's doing
Yep.
good. She's getting
Still
old,
there.
but
Yeah,
she's
so if you
doing
go
well.
down to Peerless, number one, don't park in the parking lot next door because you'll get a ticket.
There's a meter there now.
You can pay.
They have a meter
They have a
now.
meter
now.
Okay,
You can pay.
good,
There's a sign.
good, because there was
City
never a
control.
meter there before. Because
Yeah.
you park there and you think you're good, and
It's
also you come out
the
and you have a
Park
ticket.
Mobile. Is
They
what
have
it-
signs
yeah,
on
same
the
thing.
doors for going into Peerless. We do not own the parking lot.
Yes, yes.
You will get a ticket.
Okay, that's good. They have meters now, so that's
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
But
Sunday
then
in
the first thing you
Louisville's
do is you
free.
walk in, and that cat's going to be out there roaming.
Somewhere. Sometimes
I
she'll
mean,
follow you around your
been
tour.
there for a long, long
Yeah.
time. So
So that was cool. Peerless was nice. It was a guided tasting.
And the guy who did the tasting was
Was
extremely knowledgeable.
very
Yes.
knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Actually
he didn't
knowledgeable.
just drink white label to get drunk.
Yeah.
He knew what he was talking
And that's-
about. Like you asked a question about the char versus the toast and all that, and so he like explained all exactly what their targets are and char number 3 and all the details behind it. So he knew.
Yeah,
what was
he
going
went
on.
through he went through the stages, and if there's 4 char levels. I said, "Do you know what char 5 is?" He was like, "No, I didn't know there was a 5." I was like, "That's when I'm there filming, and I didn't tell him to put out the fire yet."
And they just keep.
And they just keep roasting the barrel for
Oh.
an extra 45 seconds.
the people we will not name. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's
But-
char 5. So if
He
you
who
ever
will
get
not be
extra
named.
char,
Char.
then it was probably because I was there filming that day.
Okay, weather update. The parking lot is now covered in snow.
Barely. It's a dusting.
It's a dusting so far.
It's still dusting. It's fine. It's white. It's white.
But
It's
Lisa
fine.
did get
Shout
out
out
and
to the
start salting.
groundskeeper that went out there and,
Yes.
and
Yes.
salted for
Groundskeeper
everybody.
Lisa.
Yeah,
making sure
Lisa's
it's all
out there
salted.
working hard.
So you won't
Shoveling the quarter-inch of snow we got down. No shoveling.
No shovel, just salting. Just
She-
salting.
I'll
She's
tell
saving
you,
the shovel for you.
I am like stupidly happy that we're not having the ice, because I'm like, we got that big generator in the back. That big generator will actually do
Such a
this
pain,
entire
though.
building, probably 3 houses down too.
Do you remember how to hook it
But I
up?
forget how to do it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you
know how
might
to
wanna
hook
test
it up,
that.
but I still don't know how to actually do it. So I need to probably actually get that out and try
Yeah,
it.
we only
so.
used it like twice.
No, once.
Okay, once.
Yeah, It was
we
during
tried
the-
to use it the second time.
There was a
didn't.
It was
Storm,
during
I
the
think.
big Aladino event.
Yeah, I remember.
Every Aladino event, we have a storm that knocks our power out.
Yeah,
every
like
time.
when my tent almost blew away because it
Yes,
was
it
like
did.
a tornado.
Yeah.
So we did that. When we went to Michter's after our tour, we went upstairs to the bar.
And poor Jen was struggling.
She was still struggling.
But the
unfortunately.
bar upstairs,
It was a cool bar.
it was very
I don't think
really
you
neat.
guys realize how much Jen drinks.
right. At least how much she tries to drink.
Tried to. I mean, not try. She did consume them,
Yes.
yeah.
and then not so much. the
As
next
we were
day.
leaving the women's game, she had 3/4 of a vodka soda because she was just kind of like needing to slow down.
I'll tell you, that is a
And she
pro
just-
tip, though.
Oh yeah.
Next day, if you're feeling crappy, just
Drink
get
more.
you a Bloody Mary, get
Just
yourself
start
a little
drinking.
alcohol, because you'll feel
Oh, I
better
had
quickly.
this big chocolatey
Yeah.
alcoholic coffee at breakfast that next day.
I'm not a doctor, so don't
Yeah.
take my word for that.
I
but
agree,
Yeah,
it
it
does
works.
work.
I've always been
Does
told the
work.
Irish make great coffee.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Ooh, we got the Irish cream that we got down there. I've got it in stock now.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
And it makes a great Irish cream coffee.
So we went and had some cocktails. They have a ridiculous cocktail menu at the Michter's bar. I couldn't even repeat any of them just because
No.
they are mixologist style drinks. It's not just like an old fashioned.
And you have to be in Louisville.
I had a freaking.
Oh, yeah.
I had this foam on top of my cocktail.
Oh, it had
and
a printed deer.
Yeah, I had a printed picture of a deer, like a
that's
buck.
cool.
Yeah, in
on
like
it.
red something.
That was. It looked like it was done in like syrup or something, but it was so
Deer blood.
clear. Like
Oh,
it
that's
was.
cool.
I mean, it was like a picture, right? It was
Yeah.
just red, and you just drank it, and it's like deformed deer, right, on the
Yeah,
foam.
I think
but-
what they do with that is they have it's like a
hand printer.
really thin. It's like a really thin piece of film, and you lay it on there, and everything away from the color fades into the foam.
dissolves. That's what
and
they do
then
for
it stays
cakes.
there. Yeah.
it's like cake film.
Yeah.
They did have a very nice espresso machine that I've been debating about getting one for home. I've
That
got
was broken.
Janelle got that was a funny thing. I'm like, what do you think about that machine? Because that's one I've been
it's
looking at. And
broken.
they're like, it's broken. I'm like, well, that's not a very ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
But being in a restaurant, they're using it way more than you would at home.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, I wasn't really worried about it.
Made by the
but-
same people as the McDonald's ice cream machine.
Yes. Yes. Always broke.
Shout out to McDonald's. We'll take your sponsorship anytime.
Anytime.
Shout
Won't eat your food, but
Just
we'll
don't pay
take
us
your
an ice cream.
And we'll try to promote your ice cream products.
No.
even
They're
though
going to pay us
not available.
$500 in ice cream every month.
Yeah, shout out to the
So
flurrying
nothing.
going on outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we get done at the bar.
Where did we go after that? Oh, we went over to Merrill's again because we wanted some food.
Yeah.
Merrill's Whiskey Kitchen, right across from the Yum Center.
Okay.
It's a great place, man. We've talked about it a lot. They have a very, very good bar selection. Some of their stuff can be a little pricey on allocated things, but most of them are still relatively in line. I mean,
I would say especially for the location.
I-
You are right downtown.
true. And I base my thoughts on menu pricing based off of Blanton's and Baby Saz.
Yeah.
always a good
Because although I'm not going to get those at a bar, if you go there and Baby Saz is $10, that's in line with normal pricing.
Right.
Same thing with Blanton's. If it's 18 to 22, then I know that I can go to Taylor and it's going to be 21.
Still overpriced.
It is, but you know, you go to places like the Omni that give you an ounce for 106.
That's stupid. Yeah.
So like, you know, we go to Frankfurt Avenue and all these prices are, you know, way lower than that. I mean, we even went over to Match yesterday, Riverside Cigar Lounge, and
Yeah.
hung out over there at the bar and tried a few things that were, you know, decently priced as well. So
Now,
so
you
it
guys
just
did
depends
go
on
to
where you
Louisville
go.
Cigar Company,
We
right?
did go to Louisville Cigar Company.
So did you guys have any drinks, or you just stopped by and
we
see 'em?
did, yeah. Guess what I tried?
What'd you try?
I finally tried the True Story, the Henderson's new brand.
Okay.
The rye.
I tried the rye.
And what'd
Because he
you
thought
think?
it would be great.
I thought it would be good because I forgot what it actually is.
Yeah.
It's Amberana. It's an Amberana finished rye, and it is terrible.
And again,
I drank it.
we'll
because I
say
paid
that
for it.
because I think all four of us hate Amberana.
Yeah.
Will I think it said it's a mood thing for him, and that's the way a lot of people are. It's like a
That was
mood
Dr.
thing.
Scott, I
Doc,
think.
Doc does
Yeah,
too.
it was Doc, yeah.
No,
maybe
absolutely not. I love Amberana.
Who was that?
Shout out Troy LeBlanc.
Troy.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, it's not my jam.
I will say
Yeah.
they mentioned that they had a town councilman come in to smoke a cigar, asked, you know, where it was okay to smoke, and they told him outside. And he's like, why the hell's that? Whose fault is that? And they were like, yours. So in February,
That's supposed to-
there is something on the docket to get that changed in Louisville.
Yeah.
Welcome Louisville to the world of cigar lounges.
Yes.
It's a very nice lounge. They have it set up very well.
It's
Bars,
perfect. Yeah,
bars
it's
in the
going to
back.
work out
Did
really,
you guys
really well.
go all the way upstairs and
I
do
went
the
up
tour of the
there.
whole place?
I didn't go upstairs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I figure when we go down there and do a podcast,
Private
he's got
room
that private
upstairs.
room upstairs
Yep.
with the big table. We'll do it around there. It's really nice, and I mean the bar. You first walk in the back side. If you walk in the front side, it's in the very back. Nice bar. You know they've got a decent selection there. But they're Josh and
I can't remember the other dude's
Taryn.
name.
God, what's her name? Gosh, she's gonna be so mad at me. 'cause
Josh is the jacket guy.
Josh is the owner.
Yeah,
Josh,
Josh was the owner that was there with his
Josh is the
daughter.
jacket guy.
Yeah.
He was not there with his daughter.
Oh, he wasn't there that
He
day.
was not.
No,
there
he
that
was
day.
there. He was there that day.
Okay.
Remember, his daughter's under 21, but they were trying to get
she
that
wasn't
cabinet.
there. She wasn't there.
They were trying to get
She
their
wasn't there.
lockers moved into place.
Well, and that's true. I mean, they're still building out. They're still working on it
Yes.
too.
What was the other guy's name? I feel so bad. I forgot his name.
I know.
Like I guess
he's
he's
their
like
cigar.
the GM.
He's the cigar
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's
He's a
the
really good
sport
guy,
coat guy.
too.
Love that guy.
Super
Yeah.
nice guy. Really, really knowledgeable.
If you're in
about-
Louisville, I mean, that's going to be the next. I think it's going to be the next great place in Louisville to go hang out.
Now,
But the mixologist, I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, he did some crazy stuff. I mean, he literally poured
Yeah, we
me a
just had
pour.
pours.
He's like, "What bottle do you know?" And I'm like, I know Woodford Double Oak." He pours it in there, taste it. All right, taste it. And then he gets the aromatic bitters and sprays it in the air and does this to it. And then he said, "Taste it again." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
He's
shit.
like, "Oh, wait till you try this." And he kept building that cocktail all the way through it. It was amazing. That's what mixologists
Here, I got
they
one
do
more.
have a lot of mixologists in Louisville.
They
like,
do. They do.
A lot of the bars, their cocktails
You
are
have to.
outstanding.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
in bourbon country.
Well, they had
man.
a few single barrel Four Roses there, and I got Scott a Pinhook bourbon, and I ended up with a fourth floor single barrel proof Four Roses.
Oh, okay.
Because like we had literally just did that episode with Ari.
Yeah.
So I was like, hell yeah, which one you got? I was like, that's really cool. I want the fourth floor. Like I
Right.
picked which one I wanted based on like, oh, it's the fourth floor. So like,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool to see what they had there, and they had a little igloo set up out front. It
Yep.
wasn't horribly cold, but they had tower heaters out there
Yeah.
too. So like he would have turned them on if we asked, but it was
Yeah.
like noon,
Yeah,
middle
it
of
was
the middle of the
fine.
day.
They were
It
And
was
there was
sunny.
like
it
no
up.
wind.
Yeah,
it was
so-
not bad at all.
No.
It's gonna be a really nice spot. So
It will be, yeah.
And then Rivers. When was the last time we went to Riverside or Match?
Yeah, Match.
I've never been to Match.
Oh, you've never been there?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you
No.
have
I
to
wanna
go now.
No, I do. I definitely want to get down there. I just never find
So
time.
Riverside Cigar is
Shout out to Jay.
is the cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Technically, right? But they don't sell booze in there. They sell booze in the bar that's attached to it, which is Match.
And then you get a.
And it used to be the same owners. The owners sold off Match.
They split
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And so out of the sale money, it looks like what they did was they redid the Riverside Cigar Lounge.
Okay.
They're still connected. And the guys who bought Match redid it. It's like here.
Awesome.
And Jay, one of the two owners, he talked about the culture he's trying to create. It's a repeat.
Awesome.
It's absolutely a Final Third cigar
We should go down
kind
there
of
and do
lounge.
a podcast from
and
there.
we
for
told
them.
him we wanted to do that cigar trail
Yeah,
and
yeah.
build kind of that cigar bourbon trail
Yeah,
through
so Jalen,
Louisville.
if you're listening, that's one that's got to be on the list.
Yes. So we told Jay, hey, we promote you guys all the time. We talk, if you're down in Louisville and you're needing a place to smoke and you want to have a drink, you got to go across the river and go hit up Match.
Yeah.
The bourbon selection was excellent.
It was good.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
lot of Heaven Hill. Not a lot of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He had a decent Heaven Hill.
Yeah, he had way more Heaven Hill.
But he
Yeah.
said he's not playing the
No
Sazerac
Buffalo
game.
Trace
So he's just
Sazerac
not going to
games.
do it.
I'm in the same world. I
Yeah.
just play with Sazerac.
He had a
Yeah.
couple Elijah Craigs. Had a couple. He had the grain to glass.
Green glass has
Had a-
become available for a lot of people though now.
I've noticed a
Yeah.
lot of bars are adding that.
When it
so
first came out, I think they were really allocating it, but now they're not
it doesn't
allocating
seem,
as
I
much.
mean,
Yeah.
I think when Costco got him, it was like, yeah, whatever.
It
Everyone's
did kind of
getting
make
them
me
now.
realize talking with him that, Sazerac's going to have a bit of a problem as this boom
Coming this year.
ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to go back and mea culpa to a lot of their customers saying, yes, sorry, we now make this generally available instead of you got to buy, 50 cases of Fireball or Wheatley vodka or
Right,
whatever.
right.
And they're going to be going back to a lot of the bourbon bars that are kind of the core of this, movement and trying to sell again.
That just it irritates me to no end when you have someone like them that actually everyone knows Buffalo Trace and they know Stag, they know all these things that they make that are really good, but they would rather be in a dive bar that sells shots of Fireball than in a cigar lounge that only has good pours.
It's so bizarre.
So
Makes
that
no
takes-
sense at
That
all.
takes me back to 21st in Germantown. So when we get there, we originally wanted to go there to get some food because I was hungry. I was getting hangry. I had to.
Is that the
had to get some-
college bar?
That was
That
a
was the
college,
college bar,
car
yeah.
karaoke bar. So we walk in there. Immediately you see 3 or 4 bottles of E.H. Taylor.
Yeah.
They've got
Well, because they
had
sell
some-
Fireball
yeah,
shots
they
to
had
the college
beer
girls.
they had,
they had some
birthday
B-Tax,
bourbon.
birthday. They
Yeah.
had a whole bunch of Old Forester, other products. So a really good selection for a college bar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got a single barrel Taylor pour for $20. It's a
Okay.
decent price.
Decent.
Usually
Not
it's
bad.
around 20, 22.
Yeah, not
so
bad
I'm
at
not
all.
mad at it.
Yeah.
I get the pour. I'm sitting down. I took a couple sips. I look in the bottom. It's like 6 gnats in the bottom of my glass.
So they use the fast pours and leave them
They
open
do.
all
did.
night.
and that was the only one that didn't have a cover on it.
Yeah.
The rest
All
of them
the other ones
covers.
had the rubber covers on them. That one didn't.
So pro move
She-
for all you bar owners and
She
cigar
looked in the
lounges.
bottle and there was bugs in the bottle.
The thing about a good
Extra
bourbon,
protein.
leave the corks
Yeah.
in them. Take the corks out for
Yeah.
every pour. You know, if
Isaiah
you have-
said it all the time. Like, you won't
I
even
hate
go to
it.
a bar that has pours.
I don't like them. I don't have any.
Yeah.
I have none here.
And there was a couple pro tips that could have been learned, even with all the great mixologists and all the great bourbons. We go to the morning
Morning fork.
fork, and that's where we had our Thomas H. Handy. They bring the pours out. The glasses weren't clean. There's like white things floating
like a
in
lot.
the rye.
Like residue and dish soap.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and we said, is the cork like flaking off or something? And they went and looked at the bottle, and the bottle was totally clear. So I had to dump those I'm like, clean your damn glasses.
Yeah,
You know, if
yeah.
you're going to pour a $65 a pour
It should
Just
be.
wipe it out.
whiskey, just
Yeah.
wipe the glass. That's all they had to do was shove a rag down in there and wipe it out, and it would have been
Polish your
fine.
glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Jay for
And,
polishing
and
your
maybe
glasses.
Jay polishes every single
Yeah,
glass
every
at,
single
at
one.
match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was doing it before we even brought it up. I told him the story about it after we saw him cleaning the glass. It's
Yeah.
like, thank you for cleaning the glass.
Well, and there's a process. So you go through the hot soap water, and then you rinse off in regular water, hot water, and then you have your sanitizer.
Sanitizer.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to have the glass hit the sanitizer for 8 to 10 seconds minimum to get it sanitized properly. I actually go ahead and rinse them out with the hot water after the sanitizer. One reason. There's one reason only. This guy tastes the sanitizer every time he drinks.
I do.
I know.
Yep.
Jen
So
would too.
I do
Jen
that
would pick
too.
it out.
Jen does too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I try to do that one extra thing. Now, one thing again, when you're draining your glasses overnight, because a lot of people, like we do, you have them overnight and you let them drain. Sometimes the water spots still hit them. You're still getting water.
It happens.
But that's one thing that Tam's really good about is Tam comes in here in the morning and she
Polishing.
she wipes the glasses down and puts them on the shelf.
Shout
you
out
got to
Tam.
do that. You got to
Especially in
do
your
that.
hard water areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, of course, you're going to have hard water down in Louisville.
Wait, limestone water's hard?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
huh.
So, kind of
It's not that
disappointing
hard.
they had to dump out
not that hard.
two pours
not
of
that hard.
Thomas H. Handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That was
not
like,
good.
ugh.
No.
Yeah,
I had that right.
the manager happened to be coming by like right after they took our glasses away, and I'm like, man, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you guys just had to dump
Yeah.
2 pours of Thomas H. Handy because of failure to clean glasses.
Yeah.
And they were cool. Like all the waiter was like, oh, no problem. You were getting you new pours. It was all good. But and obviously being the morning, that's not typically when they're going to be serving high end
Yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah.
they're like, what
To normal
jackasses?
folk.
What jackasses come here at 11 o'clock
But
in the
still,
morning? and
those
have Thomas
glasses
H.
are sitting
Handy?
there all day. They're not going
You
to.
gotta-
do it later in the day. I mean,
Well, it would have
that's
been a
first of the
different
day.
bartender, right?
Yep.
Your breakfast bartender is probably used
True.
to making Irish coffees, Bloody Marys, mimosas, not doing straight pours.
Probably not super familiar with what Handy is.
Go big home.
Right,
Go
doesn't
big,
know,
baby.
doesn't care, just like, where's the bottle? Measure it out, pour it, done.
That happened to me down in Ybor City when we went to Corona. They had a bottle of E.H. Taylor barrel proof on the bar, and I'm like, yeah, I'm killing that bottle on here. 'Cause the prices were good, but the first pour came out and it was full of gnats.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, that bottle's got a freaking quick pour on it. So luckily they opened a new bottle and gave me pours, and that was great.
Well,
John,
lessons learned,
Lessons
right?
learned,
It's-
yes.
All right, you ready
Operating
to
a
go
bar
on?
isn't just about,
No.
You ready to move on to the next one?
yes, let's go.
God, I gotta drink a lot of whiskey here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, let's get
Start
I'm
that.
gonna go
that in.
one
Start
more.
that in for
Talking.
me if you don't mind.
Let's get
So,
the. Do we
thoughts
do we
on
need
the
to get a
1502?
do we need to get a commercial break in here?
Sure,
And
let's
then-
play some
Let's
whiskey.
do commercial and then we'll come back with the 1502 thoughts. Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's DED Wood Live. Thank you as always to Deadwood Live. We love you guys. Taylor's
Thanks,
awesome.
Derek.
Derek's a man.
The man.
So this 1502, I'm obviously in the final third,
Okay.
and this thing just builds in flavor. It's absolutely fantastic.
Just a scope.
Definitely
It
pepper.
went great with that second pour.
It really did, which you
Thanks,
wouldn't
sir.
think something this heavy would go well with. Or, I'm sorry, it wasn't the wheat. It went well with the wheated as well.
It was good with the weeded,
But
yeah.
that single barrel was really, really good. The 4-grain. And 4-grain's definitely unique. Now these two bottles, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was when we walked in. They also had Shanks and
Baumburgers.
Baumburger.
Baumburger, those
Yeah,
are
as a
great.
2-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, I
Now,
mean,
those
they
are
were,
Beam, aren't they?
no, that's
No, it's
that's
Michter's.
theirs.
Is that
it's
Michter's?
Yeah.
I always thought that was Beam.
No,
I don't know
no,
why.
That's
okay.
that's Michter's, and they had like every bottle is around 120, 130 bucks.
Yeah.
Kind of what you expect, and especially being at the distillery. But Mike will tell you, I almost lost my shit when I saw that was what they had.
I am
as
so
their-
excited this worked out the way that it worked out
Oh, it
because
was
we've
great.
been talking about getting the barrel proof rye, or the barrel strength rye for ever.
Yeah.
And it just, that day was like, hey, let's
It was just the day that they had
let's
it,
do both.
and they had the 2-pack and had both. And the funny thing is, I don't know that I've ever had the barrel strength bourbon. So I think this
Really?
is going to be, this might be a first timer for me.
Okay. Which
'Cause
one did you
the
pour
rye
first? You
is
poured
so
the
good.
bourbon, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
the
So we
bourbon,
got the
yeah.
bourbon first. So what's that one? We'll reach that one again. What's the proof on this one?
108.4.
108.4. Okay. Yeah, this one. Jen,
got that nose,
let's
Michter's
see,
nose, man.
4 or 5 years ago, Jen bought me the Michter's vertical. It was these two, toasted sour mash and the toasted bourbon, and maybe it wasn't the toasted bourbon. I know the 10-year
toasted
was
rye is-
the 10-year was in there too because I still have that bottle.
Toasted rye is totally like marshmallows
It
roasted
was
over a fire.
I
marshmallow.
love the nose on this because it
craziness.
has that slight little bit of a unique funk to the nose that you know it's Michter's, you know it's sour
Yeah.
mash.
Kind of that cinnamon nutmeg on the long finish.
I haven't had the sip yet. I've been diving into the nose.
And the nose is really, really good. It is good. Yeah, yeah. These were, I mean, the barrel strength rye for me was an early one when I started my bourbon journey, over a decade ago, getting into better stuff, not just drinking Makers and Beam and so on.
Yeah.
And it's been one of my favorites, and it's just impossible to get.
Yeah.
You just don't find it anywhere.
Shout out to Jen for remote producing today and correcting all of our mistakes.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Jen.
It was the 10-year.
So it definitely has that. I mean, this has a lot of oak, and
It
but
is.
in a good way, not the tannic oak, just the
Right,
flavor
yeah.
of the oak, which
Yes.
you like in bourbon. It's really nice.
There was one that we tried. It was I think it was the toasted bourbon was our last sample, wasn't it, in the tasting? Mm-hmm. That one was like very earthy, almost piney kind of.
Interesting.
Not like sappy, but very, very earthy and green.
Huh.
I pulled out a lot more grain out of that one than I normally do from other Michter's products.
Was it? You said the rye?
bourbon?
Oh, the
it was
bourbon,
the
okay.
toasted bourbon.
Okay.
New Jersey Mike calling out. He did a Michter's tasting at his local barbecue joint
There you go.
Yeah.
out there
thanks
in Jersey.
Thanks for making me want to eat barbecue now.
Right? Right. On
Thanks for
Sunday,
watching.
when everywhere's probably closed
Yeah.
and the snow's coming in, so we're hosed on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
New Jersey Mike, you're going to get some of that snow. It looked like you guys might get 10 or
Probably
12 inches.
heading their way.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow, it's really going that far.
This thing was across the. I mean, I think it started just west of
Oh,
Kansas.
Missouri got smacked.
Oh, that's my boy Luca. That's New Jersey Mike. Thanks for watching, Mike. Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Cheers, buddy.
Didn't know that was you, man.
That's awesome.
Love it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing more live events this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, our goal is to try and do this show as much as possible live on Sundays at 1
Every
o'clock,
Sunday
so.
at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not in our time zone, set a reminder.
Yes.
We will have some shows that will still be recorded because we'll be on the road some.
If you're out
Yeah,
west
but-
and you're at church, just pull it up on your phone. It's fine.
Right, just put one of them AirPods in. And
Exactly.
You're good, you know.
Can you customize your YouTube TV?
You got
to put
Jesus in the
football on
right
one
ear
side
and you
us
got
on the
bourbon
other?
in the other ear.
We need to add to this. Oh, well, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Anyways, moving on.
You can go ahead and add.
Well, I was going to say I should just have a QR code pop up as a lower third, but if you're already watching on YouTube, just click the button anyways. Just have a QR code pop up as a lower third, but if you're already watching on YouTube, just click the button anyways.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
That's one thing too. Is I know a lot of people listen on YouTube or watch on YouTube or listen to it on the car on YouTube, whatever. Make sure you like it. Make sure you're
Leave us a
following
comment.
us because that
Subscribe.
matters.
Like,
subscribe to
subscribe, hit
them.
the notification
I know a lot of
bell,
people
all
just
the
don't want to do that, but
normal
just
stuff.
subscribe because it helps us and it helps the algorithm. It helps us get out there more.
This button right here.
Yes,
Yep.
Hit
push
this
that button.
And then, wait, wrong way.
I'm sorry.
Where's
I'm
the other
sorry.
one?
It's close.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Smash it.
I didn't know that was such a big deal, and I never subscribed to
is.
anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
And once we started
Makes a
doing
huge
this,
difference.
I've subscribed to a bunch of people's stuff.
It helps. It helps
I only
everybody.
watch it occasionally, right? I'll go through my list of subscriptions and like,
Yep.
oh, that's an interesting one. And it doesn't mean you have to listen to all the time or anything, but it does help. I was surprised at that. So
Yeah.
appreciate
Please
everybody
subscribe.
doing
And
that.
share it
Same
to your
way on the
friends.
podcasts too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Share with everyone.
Share it to your friends list.
Yeah.
Get everybody else involved.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and again, if you have ideas for the show, let us know. I mean,
yeah.
we're not. This is not just us hanging out and smoking and drinking, which it kind of
Yes, it
is. But
Yes, it is.
we want to go out and do things that are fun, but also fun for you guys to listen to and actually
I
engage
think we
with
need
us
to
on.
do, since we're going to do a live more often, I think we need to do a live tasting and like announce it a month in advance what we're going to taste for both a bourbon and a cigar. so that we
That's
can
a good idea.
interact and
There's
have
a
some
chance to
comments. And yeah, have some of our, our folks online there join us and tell us what your thoughts are.
That'd be good.
Yeah, you can
Because
either
flavor
join us here and
notes.
do it.
Everybody's got a different palate, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's going to get different things out of it. Some people, Janelle, God bless her, she tried all the bourbons on all the tours,
Yeah.
and
And Peerless had a rum finish
they did, which
that she also hated.
yes, yes, and she drinks Malibu.
And she drinks
right?
Malibu. Yeah.
That's what she drinks is Malibu.
But that's
And
how Lisa got into it too, because she's never liked whiskey. But then we always love to go to wineries. You do tastings. Like she never likes any of the dry and the wines I like. She likes the sweeter stuff, but she'll taste through them. But she nerds out on it because she likes to know the process. Same
Yeah.
way with whiskey. She'll go down there and she'll do all the stuff, and she's like, now she's a whiskey lover.
All right,
And
Mike.
it's like it really just gets your nerd on.
Mike, you're speaking our language, man.
yeah, Mike,
Boat
New
tour on the
Jersey
Bourbon
Mike
Trail.
wants us to come out to New Jersey.
All right.
Isn't Sagamore out there? Aren't they in New Jersey?
I think they
I am
are.
not
I think
the Sagamore
Sagamore
guy.
is
Let's look it up.
is out
Well,
there.
that's where
And they because we
Penelope
did that
was.
we did that tasting, the virtual tasting with those guys, right? And they showed us the whole building that they'd put out there, like right on, maybe on the
No.
Hudson or something.
We had Sagamore here.
Oh, they were here.
They were
but they
here.
still showed us a video.
They may have distilleries in your region that you love, like small craft distilleries. Let us know, or if you have a
He's thinking
certain
Kentucky.
bottle you like, send it to us. We'll taste along with you on the podcast. That'd be a lot of fun because I don't know a lot of distilleries up in the Northeast, so it'd be kind of cool to actually
With
find
Mike
my
just
some new
commented
ones.
he's wanting to come to Kentucky.
Oh,
yeah,
he wants-
yeah. Mike, you come on out to Kentucky.
We'll do that.
Get you a
let's do it.
membership. We'll
Meet
do
you
a
up.
membership.
Get you a
only thing.
membership.
That one might be a little
might-
far distance for a membership.
It's a little hard. Yeah, that's a little.
Lens for
Oh, yeah.
members.
Absolutely.
There was one. I'm trying to find the
Exclusive
label.
content reaches.
But something else I think.
Brandon Whistler also keeping us straight on Sagamore. That they're in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
Thank
Baltimore.
you, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Another one of our members here.
Right.
That's right.
Shout
Yeah,
out
yeah.
007.
He
Yeah,
skipped 006 to get 007.
Oh, he
Yes, he
skipped
did.
5 and 6.
Oh, he did skip 5.
He
That's
did.
right.
He
5
skipped
and
them both.
6.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
I was trying to find the label from Cumming Whiskey. They posted a Sagamore one the other day, and it was, imagine that. Starlight's got a
Amber on it?
new it's a honey finish.
We joked about
I will say, man, Starlight's honey finishes are actually they're usually bangers. I don't know how the latest ones have been, but the first ones they put out were really good, especially the bourbon.
So, do we have any more notes from our trip?
Sagamore Rye is
Well,
a new
you're-
9. Hold on,
You
let me
stopped
find
at
this
what,
one.
day 2?
I think we're out of
No,
Sagamore. We
we're
had
day 4.
Sagamore.
Oh, that's
cask
what it
strength.
was. It was mezcal finish.
Oh.
Oh, the
interesting.
mezcal
Oh, you're-
finish.
the
Yeah,
mezcal
yeah.
cask finish.
Amy, you can walk right by and get your face in the camera. It's
let's
fine.
see. 117.6 proof.
Okay.
That one does not have an age statement.
Yeah, Mike, you'll have to tell us if there's any New Jersey distilleries. I don't even know
Yes.
what's out there, but
And honestly, if there's distilleries that you know the people there, reach out to them and say, you guys ought to get on the podcast. We'd love, like we have 10th Mountain coming.
Yep.
By the
That's
way,
January
By the
19th.
way, I'm really glad it wasn't today because Chris actually put the wrong zip code on it and it got returned to him.
Oh, no. It's
today,
on the
so it was
way,
good.
so-
Yeah.
So
January 19th.
they're
is
out
that one.
west.
Well, it would have felt like home for him outside today.
They would have, yeah.
yeah.
So if there's a distillery out there that you know, reach out to them and have them come on the show with us and send us some sample bottles or whatever, and we'll taste them on the show along with them and talk about
So
them.
we
Yeah.
can zoom him in.
I would love to actually promote more distilleries around the nation.
That's the plan. So the plan is to get out across the country a little more this year, whether it's traveling or just Zoom calls with these distillers and distilleries
Yeah.
and learn more. We're supposed to go see Alan Bishop at Old Homestead at some point. in
We'll
the
do
summer.
that here soon.
When the weather's warm.
When,
Yeah.
when it's a little
Yeah, we're gonna
warmer,
wait
so we
for
can
it to
stay
get
at the
warm.
lake.
That could be our southern fishing trip. To go
Oh,
down there.
yeah,
fine.
we can do that.
Rent a
Still got to
pontoon.
do our cabin episode down
We
there.
will do a cabin episode.
I mean, not that I'm saying we're going to do it, but we probably need to get some
That might
mushrooms
have
for
to be
that one.
Patreon
So.
or members only because
We're in a cabin
There you go.
and it's warm outside. I probably won't be wearing.
you
a
won't be
shirt
wearing a shirt.
ever.
Why would we?
Yeah,
Mike might not
would
be
we?
wearing pants, so I mean,
That's true.
It may be a members only exclusive.
Hey, we might not be wearing pants right now. No one
Hey,
knows.
quick shout out to Taryn, it's Jen's friend,
Yes.
and she was over with us at the Airbnb. We had a hot tub.
yeah.
Wait, is
And
it
so
your
we're-
sister,
Taryn?
Yes.
Okay,
my,
yeah.
My
Yeah.
ex-sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Ex-sister-in-law.
Okay, yeah. I like her.
and-
She's nice.
And she was taking pictures, and I decided to moon the camera. But
Shout
she
out
did
Travis
not
for being a
post
good
that one
sport.
on Facebook, so
Why
thank you
not?
for that, Taryn.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out Travis. You're a good sport.
Travis, you were a good sport. Appreciate that.
Excuse me. There is a wild story behind all this that I found out in the Uber ride on
Are
the
you
way back
really
home.
going to tell this?
No, I'm going to tell you offline because
Tell the story.
I
That's going to be a
cannot.
members.
all right.
We
Well-
can tell that the membership.
Yeah, we gotta-
stuff,
we gotta
membership
get-
content.
Tune in for private content because this is something that everybody needs to hear that I can't tell to
No,
anyone.
it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Yeah.
I'll fill you in
Yeah.
later. It's pretty fun.
Well, and I will say, shout out to Lisa. She was the one that kind of said, our regular podcast probably needs to be a little more calm. And
We've
and
cleaned
stuff.
it up.
And we cleaned it up quite a bit. The
We're not-
members
we're
only
not
stuff
quite
is going to be like
Oh yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
it's going to be all the stuff. So
Welcome to Final
Part
Third
of the
After
membership.
The
Dark.
glare you just got was
After
Final
priceless.
Third After Dark. Final Third After Dark. Our OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
It's going to be only cigars,
Yeah.
Only cigars.
where we just like cut and light in weird ways.
Take our shirts off.
Yeah. Real Cigars, sponsored by HBO Late Night.
Yeah, you have to read that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Skinamax.
Ooh, I could do that. I can turn on the sexy voice.
Yes.
So we went to O'Shea's before that. Went to O'Shea's on
Yeah.
Bardstown Road, or Baxter
yeah.
Avenue, I guess.
Baxter Avenue, yeah.
That's a cool place. Irish pub.
Which was
that
right across
doesn't
the
sell
street
Irish
from the
food.
Louisville Cigar Company.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that when I was there. Yeah.
Go get a
yeah.
beer, hang out, get some food, get a
It's,
sandwich.
it's
That little
it's a
strip.
great Irish bar.
That little strip right there
Oh,
has
yeah.
so many cool little bars to go to.
Molly
and
Malone's,
restaurants.
Flanagan's, like
Flanagan's,
4
yeah.
Irish
So,
bars right there.
You guys
Yeah.
probably didn't do it, but you should have. Next door to them is an Israeli restaurant.
Is that the kebab place?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
Jen
my
wanted to go to the kebab
God.
place.
It was
Sorry,
so
we'll go
good.
next time.
Josh and I went over there for lunch. It was as authentic as I've ever had in America to Israeli food. The falafel, insane.
I'm still
Shawarma,
on a-
insane.
I'm on a strike from that food still.
Oh my God.
You got a problem with that food?
I just got sick one time, and I just haven't been back to it since. Like, I think I just ate too much. It
That might
wasn't
be
like
it.
the food. It was just so good that I ate it way
See,
too
the
fast.
good thing for you is they don't mix dairy with food.
Yeah.
Or
It's just
with
the
meat.
sauces.
With meat.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
just
do-
the sauces.
So
like,
you don't have to worry
yeah,
about the
so
dairy
good.
side of it. Like tzatziki didn't have dairy in it, so it's
Well,
like
that's
so
yogurt
good.
based. Tzatzikis-
But it's not dairy though. It does not have
Yogurt
dairy in
is.
it.
Yogurt's.
They can't do that. They can't mix meat and dairy.
Well, I don't think they're doing it right.
I'm
then.
telling you right now, it's egg. It's egg based, I believe.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong too.
I may be, but
It's Greek yogurt.
why are they using
That's
it
what it is,
then? They
Greek
can't
yogurt.
Well,
use it.
Greek yogurt is
No,
is done a
tzatziki.
little bit different way. So yeah, it's Greek yogurt.
Wait,
It's-
no, I'm using the wrong one.
Are you
It's-
thinking of like harissa sauce? The red one? Or the.
No, it's white.
Thinking
What?
of hummus.
Shout out to Jen that
What
just
is the-
suggested only bands.
That's good.
What is it?
Thanks, Jen.
Only bands.
It's not dairy, is it? Yeah.
Y'all are liars.
They had
I'm with you on
tzatziki
this,
over there,
yeah.
and they will not. They can't actually with their religion mix dairy and
Greek
meat.
Orthodox Christian.
No,
That's
damn it.
Greeks. Tzatziki's Greek, dude.
God damn it!
Yeah, you're wrong.
All right,
Yeah, you know
tahini,
you're wrong.
Tahini, is that what it was? Tahini? I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know. Whatever.
totally different.
Whatever.
That's definitely way different
Whatever.
than tzatziki.
I don't know. God damn it!
We are
Shut
a
up.
wealth of food knowledge on this
Shut
show.
up.
Yeah.
Hummus.
Yeah, I know. That's chickpeas and lemon juice.
I can have that one. This worst
man.
food segment brought to you by no one. No food sponsorship will ever want to
we're
go.
gonna blame that on
Robin.
Rob, totally.
Robin
Yes.
Bourbon.
This food segment is sponsored by GFS because they won't bring us anything.
No.
Anyways, so the one thing
Off
I
the
noticed,
rails.
the one thing I
Yes.
noticed at O'Shea's was all of the decanters that they had spread around the top of the bar.
Oh yeah.
They were all either Commonwealth or Old Hoffman decanters. The one, do you remember the pictures that I took? The
Yeah, yeah.
Irishman, all the dancing lady and like the fiddler and the cobbler. And
Yeah,
the
they had like 20 of them.
They had almost all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was
They
funny
should
enough.
sell them to that company and
I'm
make a
pretty
lot of money.
I'm pretty sure Zach's got more than they have.
That's cool.
Because I took the pictures and I was like walking around like comparing them. I was like, oh yeah, they got this one. They got this. They don't have this one.
Well, that's cool.
So it was pretty cool that they had that.
Something.
That was you. Sorry.
Nope, you're gone.
That's a good.
You're not in the ears.
Not in the ears. What are you talking
There you
about?
go. Now we're there.
Sorry.
Now we're back.
I fat fingered it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Fat elbow.
So it was a good time. But yeah, so went to O'Shea's,
Yeah.
went back to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Taryn hung out with her
That was after we were at
friend
match.
Travis. Yes, that was after our match visit yesterday. So hung out in the hot tub, had a good time, had some pours,
That I gotta
killed a
call
bottle.
out again. That patio at match is gonna be. It is awesome.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I can't
so-
wait for it to be.
I mean,
even
it was
somewhat
awesome
warm.
before, but after they remodeled it, now there's couches, the big roof covering.
They
Like,
actually have couches. They have-
it used to just
yeah,
be
they have the
tables
Chesterfield
and
couches out
umbrellas.
there, outside.
Lisa, the voice of reason
yeah.
for Rob over here.
she's
Bailey's,
Oh, and the
Bailey's,
and the Baileys,
hat
yeah.
50-50 shot, drop it into Guinness.
Guinness.
so there's
Yeah.
two ways. I saw someone do one here recently. They actually have the two shot glasses balanced
On the edge.
on the edge, and then you pop one in, and then you drink it, and then pop the last shooter in. I don't know how you do it. I've never done one. So
Interesting. Huh.
there's a couple ways of doing it. We'll have to do one here.
I did ask them because this was a very Irish bar. I mean, everybody had their scallies on. Like everybody.
As
I mean,
we all
the men,
should.
the women, it didn't matter. They all did.
As we all should.
They
were
most
jigging.
of them had their you know,
Will Breeden, we're
their,
talking to you.
their vests.
Shout out
He's more
Griffin, happy
ass out
30th
than,
birthday.
You know.
Nice.
And so I asked the guy that was, you order your food from the bar and you order your first round of drinks and then they'll come around and get you more drinks. But he says, hey, do you want anything? I'm like, is it like bad if I order a car bomb? I didn't call it an Irish car bomb. I just called it a car bomb.
Yeah, 'cause it is.
I'm like, it's an Irish bar and I'm like, you
can't
have,
say that.
You've got everything here.
as
It's
much as you
Irish
say it, it's
whiskey,
still
it's-
really a bad thing.
Exactly. you know, you try not to offend. He was like, oh, no, you're good. Yeah, we'll absolutely make you some of those. And
All right.
they did a great job.
Give it to me. What are you getting out of this?
Out of this bourbon?
Go back to this. I know you switched over to the Lomas, but Rob, you're still on the 1502, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob's slacking.
I mean,
Me too. I'm going slow today.
the fruit with this cigar, the fruit notes are just flying out. I mean, there's red fruit, there's apricot, there's also all different kinds of fruit in it.
Apricot's a good one.
Apricot's really good.
That's
in
what I
this one.
said.
Yeah.
What kind of apricot are you getting out of it, though? Like a fresh one?
No, more of a
Dehydrated?
overripe.
Okay. I was thinking more of
May-
like the air dried.
I was
It
say
could be
dried-
that too.
freeze-dried apricot
It could be
cover.
that, but I mean that's kind of what the overripe tastes like too.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it
a
gives
little
you
bit more-
still a little bit of citrus on there, but not too much. And then
No.
it's like
The finish is almost confectionery.
I could see that.
Like a
And,
sweetness.
and it hangs on the
Cakey.
tongue for a
Yeah,
very
it
long
stays.
time.
Michter's does finish long.
It does. But the nice thing is I'm still tasting the oak throughout the entire
Yeah.
process.
Yep.
And it's really, really, really nice. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have extremely long legs on the glass. But the finish, on the other hand, is
It shows
long.
you something nice.
Yeah.
Woo! Take the whole shot in there and damn, it goes through your nose.
Yeah, it's a good one. Feel free to move on to the next one. I'm not going to pour this one out because I don't want to waste this one. So
No,
Oh, I finished mine.
I
I
drank
finished mine.
I'm,
so.
I'm coming. Come on, guys. I'm working on it.
Rookie.
Well, Mike's pushing buttons,
I've
too.
been doing good.
You actually did really, really well the whole trip.
I did. Yesterday
Well-
was when I kind of went overboard. But
And I will say also, you have to drive home. Don't
it's
overdo it
snowy.
today.
I know. We got to pace ourselves, but you
Wait,
know.
are you? Oh, you're in the car.
Yeah, I'm
The
in the
highway's not covered yet, so.
The road's clear.
so
Well,
we're
on the
good.
roads, they've brined the roads pretty well
Yeah.
throughout, so
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
It
I'm
won't be
going-
for till probably 6 or 7 o'clock
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm
that we
going
start
600
having
on the way home, so
highway
it
issues.
stays
should be
pretty clear.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, come on out, hang out for a little while. Before
Lounge
you
is
go
open.
get shit.
Yes,
The
we're
lounge is
open.
open till 6.
We're about. I don't know. We got quite a few people in here right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good crowd Sunday.
Yeah, so I'm surprised you didn't drive the truck. Is the truck 4-wheel drive?
It's 4x4.
There you go.
Yeah,
You should
I
have
mean,
brought the
it's-
truck, man.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally plan on going out in my truck tomorrow.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
really hoping for 14 inches. I want to go out and play tomorrow.
It'd be worth driving south.
I might
Yeah.
bust the S10 out. I don't
No,
know.
there you go. Yeah, get the
Ripping
S10
some
out.
donuts.
So I technically still start my new job tomorrow, but they are on remote work because of the weather.
Yeah, me and my daughter have a thing where every time it snows real heavy, we do donuts for donuts, and we go to get deluxe donuts or
Oh,
whatever,
gosh.
and then go
Yeah.
blow a
That's
bunch
fair.
of donuts on the way home.
Deluxe donuts. That's something right there. Amazing donuts.
They are amazing donuts.
And it's like literally part of the hood.
Yeah, it's like an old Dunkin'
no, it's not.
Donuts.
It's right on
that-
Scatterfield and Anderson.
It's still the hood.
Yeah, it's not the hood.
It's
I
the
grew
hood.
up right.
Well, I guess it's
3
not.
blocks from there.
It's not the. Well, okay, you're a hood.
Oh wait,
No, I mean, it literally. I mean,
it was an old Dunkin' Donuts building.
It is,
and they bought it.
But their donuts
yeah.
are always good. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about Jack's Donuts. That's kind of the original. Those guys have been there for what?
But Dunkin'
50 years.
Donuts, the whole with
Deluxe
the soul.
Donuts has their own specific recipe, and they're phenomenal. They're good. They're really good donuts. So we usually make a road trip out there every time it snows like this, so we can.
And you get to go tomorrow morning because you're off.
Yeah.
They already called you guys
They
off.
already called us off.
No deliveries tomorrow.
Yep.
So I'm starting my first day working from home, which consists of 3 meetings, about 2 hours apart.
Nice.
And then my first day is technically going to be Tuesday on site, directing the Mad Ants game at
Okay.
12:30.
There you go.
Up in Noblesville.
No, they're still at Cambridge.
Are they in Cambridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
have
Oh,
the
that's
rest
right.
of
They
the
don't-
the
season's at
yeah.
Cambridge. So
When are they talking about when that's going to be open?
I don't know. They haven't even announced the name.
Got to
yet,
be
so.
getting close. I mean, gosh.
Look, don't expect me to know more than I already know.
Yeah, I got it.
What's
So-
the name you think that they should rebrand to?
The Noblesville Noodles, please. We need to get this going.
Noblesville Noodles.
Either that or
Why?
Why? It just rolls off the tongue, man. Don't you want to just see a
Noblesville
wet noodle
Noodles.
as the mascot? Like, yeah, just like I don't care what kind. Like penne, it could be anything. I don't care.
It puts
that's more
fear
to
in the
pasta.
opponent's hearts.
I mean, it does.
We got to go play the Noodles. Oh, no.
You ever been slapped with a wet noodle?
No, actually.
Yes, I
that,
have.
that does seem like it could be painful. So
Sounds like something we have to do.
that might work.
All right, so we're gonna
shout
move on
out
to
to our
the only Glenn's
shout
page.
Shout out to our boy Colin Bielik.
Shout out. First goal yesterday,
And,
right?
Goal yesterday.
and Lemos. They've both been scoring and they've both been getting assists. I think last 3 games, I think Colin's had a goal and an assist both games. I think same way with Lemos too.
Yeah, he's catching fire already.
They're doing
so
well.
Good for them. I'm happy for them. We still got to get down there too to do an episode from the new event center. So
I would like that.
I don't know when the new one is opening. They have come a long way. It is
For the
enclosed.
Mad Ants, you mean?
Yeah, the Noblesville Event Center.
So
it's
if you're
fully
from
enclosed now.
if you're from this area and you ever drive down 69 at Hamilton Town
Can't miss
Center,
it.
just east of Hamilton Town Center off the interstate,
Before
look to
the
the
Oleo
north.
overpass.
Look to the north. It's right there on the interstate. It's going to be
Big
a,
square building with lots of glass.
it's going to be a nice what 2,500.
Yeah,
I think it was
2000.
3,200.
3,200.
Yeah, so
So it's going to be a
Still small.
smaller. So, I mean, that's the thing about Fishers right now with the event centers in Noblesville. You got that one at 3,200. You got Fishers Event Center at 7,500,
8,000
8,000
with
for
the concert.
concerts, and then you got Ruoff right there that
Yeah.
does what
30.
30,000.
When they sell too
For the
many
longest.
tickets.
So you don't have any more where you have to be down at Murat or you have to
Right.
be down at Gamebridge.
So
or
the
whatever.
other ones, they said they were going to do like high school graduations or
Sure.
pageantry things in the
Sure.
Noblesville
Yeah.
Event Center.
Well, they
So-
had the Mudsock, which is Fishers High School in Hamilton Southeastern, and they had both the boys and girls varsity teams play there.
That's
Oh,
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
And I think they sold it out.
Yeah, there's a couple different venues that had actually had originally booked for the old National Center, and then they changed
went-
it to the Fishers because it seated more and it was a bigger venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that it's done.
Yeah.
So I know the Tom Segura show we went to initially was supposed to be at Old
Man,
Raw.
love that guy.
Now it's going to be at.
Well,
the
yeah,
Fishers
Blake
Center.
Shelton is playing the
Blake
Fishers Event
Shelton's
Center. I mean,
playing
how
there.
cool would it be to see him with 8,000 people?
And hey, the acoustics
Yeah.
at the Fisher Center.
January 11th.
Very good, yeah.
Indie Ignite is playing their, I believe it's the first home game.
January 11th, I think.
January 11th, next Saturday, is Indie Ignite, the volleyball team.
Women's professional volleyball.
I'm stoked about that
I am too.
So I
That's
was
gonna
going to
be
get
good.
tickets to go see the first game there, and I got a call from the guy that got the broadcast package to actually work it. So now I'm working that one.
Yeah, nice.
So
So you're going to be looking at cameras for
So
the
if
Yeah.
we
women's
go,
volleyball team.
Yes.
we just have to
What I
tell
normally do.
Mike our seats, and then we'll be on the big screen all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
well, that one's going to be
yes.
for broadcast. So that one I'll be
Oh.
directing and TDing for
Gotcha.
the production. So I'll put you on network,
Sweet.
whatever network that is.
I don't know what they play. Yeah, probably
Play
Flow
not Flow.
Sports.
Yeah.
So I will say also, anybody out
If
there
it is, we're
that,
gonna kill
that
it.
have either have tickets, season tickets, or any game tickets, or just want to go to a game, a fuel game down at the Fishers Event Center, come out February 15th.
Yep.
It's Jurassic Puck Night. It's Janelle's birthday, and you get to watch a bunch of drunk people get on the beatbox, Zamboni driving around.
That's going to be.
Are we calling that out now?
That's going to
Well,
be.
we
sweet.
can because she doesn't listen
Oh.
to the show.
Oh, thank
okay.
God, I almost screwed that up. I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
We don't have to
Oh,
worry.
Just
She's
say,
not.
wait a minute.
She's not at home right now watching this.
Okay.
I
Jen, don't you
guarantee
dare text her.
What? Oh, yeah. She's like, stop it, stop it, stop it.
But yes, the final third crew will be there.
It's the
18th.
15th.
It's the 15th.
It's the 15th.
It's the 19th.
It's her birthday.
It's her birthday. We made sure it was the 15th.
Yeah, it's the
the
15th.
It's
It's
on
the
her
12th.
birthday.
Yes.
Yes, it's a
Yeah,
Wednesday game.
It's a Wednesday game. Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hey
Wednesday
guys,
game.
the Colts are winning.
And there's usually
I
lots of
was gonna
tickets.
say,
Why
sold.
wouldn't
so I
they?
figured if I put that out there in the ether, it would change.
It doesn't matter.
Well, now
'cause
they're gonna lose,
They're
so
out of
yeah.
the playoffs. They're going to win today.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yep.
13 to 20.
Look at that.
Shout out to Pat McAfee, too. He
Yeah.
called the Colts out to where he said, everyone needs to be fired except for maybe 5 players.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong.
He's not.
He is
He's
not wrong. They have got to revamp this entire team.
149 missed tackles this season, most in the NFL.
Wow.
Hey,
Way to be number one, guys.
Hey, they got a
We'll just
record. Good
Way to be
job.
number one.
Good job. We suck.
Record
That sounds like
season the right way.
the Alabama Big Earl song.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mississippi.
Without you,
Without you,
we
we'd be
50.
We'd be first.
Thanks for making Alabama look good, Mississippi. Yeah, we're 49th in education. Yeah, we're 49th
we're
in
not-
obesity, but we're not Mississippi. yeah. Shout out.
We were
to,
jamming to that last
Shout
night
out
in
to
the hot
Big
tub.
Earl. He's retiring. It
That's
sucks.
so sad. Can't
Yeah.
get the sexual biscuits anymore.
Yep, no more sexual biscuits.
Well,
Y'all
good thing
missed
we
it.
got to see him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good
we got
time,
to see
so
him. Yep, it's a lot
Hopefully,
of fun.
maybe we'll be. Is he already done?
Or
is it
no,
coming
Lisa's
soon?
disappointed.
Lisa.
Not really.
Yeah, that's not Lisa's jam.
Not really Lisa's
No.
jam. And it's not Jen's jam
It wasn't
until
Jam's either
you
until
get,
she got there. And
Yeah,
had a
she
couple
had 2 bushwhackers.
bushwhackers, and
yeah.
then she was all down.
I think
She got
Lisa would
whacked.
have actually opened up if she would have had some drinks before. It'd been fine.
It's a
Don't
good
give
idea
us
to
that
pregame.
you gotta do.
I mean, we had a
pre-gaming.
lot during it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you
We
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot during that show,
All right, so
which
this
made it
next
a lot
Victor's.
better. Oh yeah, tell us about
Next
this.
mixer.
The rye.
Yeah.
So this is the rye, and it's coming in at 108.2 proof. You have any other?
Any other thoughts on? No, it's just fucking good.
It is good.
They don't openly advertise their age statements.
Yeah, so they said their target is somewhere around 5.5 to 6 years.
Yeah, but they just
But
don't.
they'll let it go as long as it needs to fit the profile that they're looking for.
What was it? It was that in the mash bill that they don't.
Yeah, they don't publish their
Openly
mash bill,
disclose
which is
mash
kind of
bills.
weird.
This one,
Most
to
everybody
me,
does, but Michter's does not talk mash bills at all.
If that bottle didn't say rye, I would not guess this is a rye.
It's surprised. It's not as spicy as some of
Yeah.
the other
It
ryes
does not have a
normally
lot of
are.
spice.
Very balanced.
And it's a great rye for people that that haven't traditionally liked rye.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like some of the Peerless stuff, it can come across it's rye, right? I mean,
Which is
Peerless
not a bad
rye is-
thing.
No, because their rye is spectacular. But Michter's definitely it keeps the balance a little bit more in their rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The finish on this one is definitely better. A little bit longer and a little bit more bold than the first.
Than the bourbon? Yeah.
Than the bourbon.
yeah. This has been a favorite of mine for a long time.
Yeah.
I think last time I had this was probably, let's see, it was post-COVID, so maybe 2022, early 22, the first time I went to Executive down in Simpsonville. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out.
Great cigar lounge down there on I-64.
Yeah.
Like on I-64. You can see it from the interstate. Although I heard they might have moved to a different building. I'm not sure about that.
I don't know about that
I
one.
don't know about that. I know
but-
Office
I don't
did.
follow them
But
all
they
up.
had it, and it was like $14 or $16 for a pour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they keep it very reasonable there. Another great cigar.
You
We
know,
need
the
to
one
make a trip
thing-
down there because we definitely need to go to Office, their new location, and we can go to Match and Riverside, and then go over there. That could be a fun. We don't even have to cross the river to hit all 3 of those.
Yeah.
that could actually be a really good trip to.
We didn't make it to
spotlight
Leaf and
those
Cedar,
guys.
unfortunately. We didn't
did
go
not.
that way, so we'll have to make it out there. Maybe we start there and work
Rick,
our way
right?
back. Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, I want to get down there and meet him because it sounds like obviously you guys are good friends with him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to get down there and meet him.
He taught me how to do my job.
Yeah.
So, like when I started working in news, he was who taught me how to do
Really?
like camera operation stuff. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Wow.
so he was like one of my first like educators, I guess, in the industry of
Mentor.
mentor. There
Yeah,
you go.
there you
of
go.
like camera operation of
Yeah.
like broadcast stuff. So he helped me out a lot. Got me in. Actually, got me introduced to the. You're
go
good, brother.
ahead.
No,
Go
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're fine,
He
you're
got
fine,
me
yeah.
in with the University of Louisville guys. So yeah.
That's very
Rick's
cool.
dude. So got some ties with him.
And again, you never know who you're going to meet at a cigar lounge.
yeah. Well, I can tell you who you're going to meet there, and you may not want to meet most of them. So
But I kind of
Bunch
do.
of degenerates.
But those are sometimes
Yeah.
the best conversations, man.
shout out to Ellis, was our new friend that we met yesterday at Riverside.
Yeah, match.
He
Ellis.
has a cousin that lives in Noblesville, so he's up here all the time. We're
And then
like,
his
bro, you
son,
gotta come out here.
He said his son is going to Ball State.
Yeah, his son goes to Ball State.
Yeah.
Right
so-
down the road, buddy. Get
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah, so
So-
he's definitely going to make a trip up this way and come out to the lounge.
I do believe he is
Awesome.
one of our newest subscribers, so thank you to that.
So I will say right now, I know you guys are all
I'm
into
gonna
the
move on to the next one.
Lomas.
Yep.
I am just getting to the final third. We're an hour and 45 minutes into this, and I got another probably half an hour on this cigar.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, smoking it slow, which is what I do anyway. This thing has been a gold mine, man.
But you know
It's
me, I
so
usually
good.
don't smoke slow, and it's still.
Yeah, it's-
I
it's
still
still
have
got
my
it.
final third here. So like,
Yeah.
I'm just ripping through them today. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, like I didn't smoke enough over the last. Well, we didn't smoke
we only
too much.
smoked
yeah.
like 3 cigars. Like
The whole time?
Yeah, I mean we had one in the hot tub the first night,
Wow.
and then we didn't smoke the actual first night because we couldn't go anywhere.
Right.
We were stuck
right.
in the
we were
hotel.
Omni.
Dumb rookies.
Wow.
God damn it.
I mean, it was cold. There was. We tried to. So we're gonna go back to the Omni at some point when it's not a freaking holiday, and things are open, because there is an awesome rooftop pool
And bar.
and bar.
And you can smoke because smoke goes up.
You
outside,
cannot.
yeah.
But if you
What?
hide behind the cabanas near the edge, he said typically nobody really cares as long as you clean up after yourself.
Why
don't
would
be rude,
anybody
like-
care? You're on the top and smoke
I
goes
know.
up.
But same thing with
Yeah.
going to like a brewery. Most places you can't smoke. So like we went to Beer Brewery in Noblesville. It's an outdoor, for the most part, brewery.
Yeah.
Asked the bartender, I'm like, hey, do you guys care if I have a cigar here? He was like, well, not like at the bar. I was like, well, what about like outside in the woods? He was like, yeah, I mean, that's like outside, right? I was like, that's a great answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's what it should
outside.
be. We're outside.
Yeah.
What was it? Billy Bob Thornton and Landman? He's
Yeah.
like, can I get an ashtray? I'm going to smoke. He's like, you can't. You have to smoke outside. I was like,
They were sitting on the
We're
porch
outside.
at a golf club, and he's like,
I am outside.
We're outside.
I'm sorry if I can see the sky.
I'm
smoking a
outside.
cigar.
So, you know,
What did you think, by the way? Because
I
we-
think that's a great series so far. So,
So-
we've-
so
we-
we-
I've not
Yeah.
seen it yet. I want to.
Jen,
I want to
Jen
watch
was
it.
so, just hungover, just flat hungover, that like that night.
We've talked about that a lot.
Yes,
Today.
yes. But we
Sorry about
ended up just sitting there and busting through like 5 episodes of Landman and watched the other 2 the next night before going to bed.
Well,
yeah, it's the second time I've available episodes, and the
It's
next
a really
one comes
good
out
series.
tonight.
we did find out, and thank you to Jen for this. Our Amex card, we get Paramount Plus for
nice.
free.
There you go.
So we're
you
gonna
gotta
actually
check your benefits, man.
I'm downloading that right now, and I'm getting ready to. We're gonna start watching Landman because that's the next one I want to watch.
that one and Tulsa
was a
King.
good one.
I saw the first season of Tulsa King, and it was awesome. I mean, come on, dude. Sly Stallone,
Yeah,
he is still killing it.
He is. He's like 70.
honestly,
well,
this
him
is
and
a
Billy
better-
Bob Thornton are both like it's like 72 and 75.
Yeah. But I would say this is actually a better role for him than even Rocky was.
I think so.
It just kind of fits his mind. It's kind of like Yellowstone. Yellowstone really was made for Kevin Costner. And now that he's gone, it's like, it's
Well,
whatever.
they're all gone now,
Yeah, it's over now. But
unfortunately.
I enjoyed that series quite a bit.
That was a good.
Especially
You-
especially the old ones, the prequels.
After seeing the last season, you can tell when they're like trying to end a series.
Yes.
Because things happen very drastically and very quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
Plot.
Yeah,
Like,
now
you already
it's-
know the characters. We can't introduce any more character plot lines, so it's all.
so you know,
just-
like Landman's gonna go for a little bit, at least 2 or 3 seasons, because there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many like side quest stories and different plots already.
Yeah.
And there's
and it
only
feels
like,
like there
6
could be.
episodes.
You could. I mean, it's an open landscape. Like,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
And I can't remember.
It's just around oil, which
might-
is everything. Like, yeah.
It might have been you that told me this too. And I don't remember who for sure, but Billy Bob Thornton, when he first got into acting, they were saying, "You don't have the face for acting." Basically, he's an ugly fucking dude.
Right.
And they said you're gonna have to write your own scripts, and he started doing it. And
So we were
the dude is
wondering-
an amazing actor
Well,
for
that's
what
how
he
Sly Stallone
does.
started. He wrote Rocky. So,
Right.
I mean,
Yes,
yes.
He wrote his own part.
And we were wondering too how much of like Landman was actually scripted for his part because
It
he's
feels
just so
very-
natural in that role.
I think he wrote the script for it,
Well,
if
even
I'm not
if-
mistaken.
Even if he did, like I
He
feel
is
like
an executive producer.
I feel
Yeah.
like most of that stuff is just like off the cuff for him. Like it's just who he is as a
Yeah, he just
actor.
ad libs.
Like
It's what it seems like.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
I don't know if he actually does, but that's
I
you're
guess
exactly
he's
that's
just
what
that
it seems
good.
like.
Maybe
Yep.
he's just that good of an actor.
Yep. Hey, should we get one more commercial break
He's
in here
no
before we get
Keanu
to the end of the
Reeves.
show?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're gonna get one more.
No, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
From concept to creation, Bother Visuals specializes in bringing your ideas to life. They'll turn ordinary moments into extraordinary stories. Bother Visuals is your one-stop shop for all things visual. Be sure to like and follow on all social media at Bother Visuals.
Yeah.
All right.
We're finding out more about the Landman story here.
Ah.
Okay, so
Oh, cool.
what we're hearing
Very cool.
is that Billy Bob Thornton talked with Sheridan, who's the producer and director, I think, right? Of
Yeah, it's another
Landman.
series of his.
Yep. And the Billy Bob Thornton said, "You need to do this with me."
And that's our buddy Alan Humfleet.
Yep. Thanks, Alan.
Shout out.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Appreciate that. So we got an interview or what they talked about. Okay, got it. If you're going to comment for much longer, you're going to have to jump on a mic, Alan.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Yes, yes.
This is a live show and
Yeah.
nobody can hear you, so this is
Yeah,
really riveting, stream right here.
And that's something.
He does. What do I do with my hands?
That's something we should probably do is as we
Set up
get
a guest
going,
mic.
set up a guest
Yeah.
mic so we can actually have people on.
we do need
'cause-
to have that. You never
'cause-
know when you're going to meet somebody interesting at the lounge that has
Oh, yeah.
interesting knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
So Taylor Sheridan was the writer,
Okay.
Gotcha.
but I'm sure Billy Bob Thornton had some sort of. I mean, as
Yeah.
an EP credit, he's probably got some.
So I
sort of-
watched Maverick again here a couple weeks ago. You guys
movie?
remember that?
The movie?
Maverick with
That's the newest
Mel
one, right?
Gibson. No, I'm sorry. Not Top Gun Maverick.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Maverick.
Yeah, no, I
Maverick
don't know what you're talking
with it's a gambling movie.
Yeah, the poker
Oh,
movie.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've
with
seen
Mel
that.
Gibson.
Mel
Yeah.
Gibson, yep.
Billy Bob Thornton
Not
is
sure
in
I
that.
know that one.
Yep.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not that one that I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of? It's not Maverick.
Tombstone?
Tombstone.
Where he's
That's
the
it.
dealer?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where he's the dealer. Thank you.
smacked?
I watched that one too. Yeah. Well, Billy Bob Thornton was about 50 pounds or 60 pounds heavier
Yeah.
in Tombstone. It wasn't Maverick.
Draw that pigskin.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I will say right now, update on the weather.
Jim.
Jim.
Liesel's Big Mama out in the parking lot is covered in snow
Yep.
now. So good for that.
The Jetta has disappeared.
The
Yeah.
Jetta
Jetta's
is
gone.
Jetta's gone.
Jetta's white.
Jetta is
Nipples
Snow White.
just reappeared.
Big Jim just showed up.
Snow is starting to
Jerry showed up.
to build up on Pendleton Pike out front, State Road 67. So
You know, it's 20 degrees outside, and Jim shows up in his white T-shirt.
yep.
Good job. Good job.
He's about to go
Appreciate that.
farm.
Yep.
Go farm.
Snow farm.
Snow farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snow farming.
What else did we
He
do?
does have a
We had good
snowboard for
week.
sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Does he?
As I
He
get
is the
reminded every fucking day.
He is the master of that, man.
So we had a good time in Louisville. It was a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, a lot of bourbon hunting.
A lot of sports too.
A lot of
Yeah.
sports. Yeah, 2 games. The unexpected was the men beating UNC and the women beating Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then yesterday, the men played Virginia at Virginia and beat them on the road by 20.
Wow.
They haven't done that since I think it was like the 90s or something.
You know
like,
what?
It's been a long time.
I mean, I used to be a huge college basketball fan, but I think what would make college basketball better is to put it on ice.
Give everybody
Right?
sticks.
And let
Yeah.
them fight.
Let 'em
Yeah,
fight?
fights and
Maybe
have
a penalty
penalty
box?
boxes. Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah,
so
maybe
much
lower
better.
the net and turn it sideways,
Turn
like
sideways,
on
get
its
on the
side.
ground.
melt the ball down to like a rubber
Like a
puck.
hard plastic.
That'd be good. I like all of those ideas.
I think it'd be great.
I have suggestions for basketball rules that I think need to go into effect immediately.
Oh, let's hear
They
this.
should allow fighting. Sorry, they just should.
They should.
That's not
Some
my
of the
rule
fighting
change.
back in like the 70s between the freaking Lakers and Celtics.
Yeah, oh, God.
Man.
So there's
Yeah.
there's
Sorry, LeBron. Yeah, it was a lot harder back
Throwbacks
then.
There's 2 rules that I would like to change. The score, I think it should be the first team to 100. No score should ever go over 100. So if it happens in the first quarter, period, half, whatever it is,
You win.
you win.
game over.
Also,
Like the 10-run rule in baseball.
exactly.
That'd be hard in the NBA though, dude.
I know.
I mean, they're scoring like 160 points now in games.
I know.
If
Like,
you
what
look
the
at
hell's
if you
going
look
on?
at
No
the way it's
defense.
set up now, everybody's shooting threes,
No kidding.
and it's nothing inside the 3-point line now. It's either a dunk or
So
a
it
three.
either encouraged them to try harder in the paint
yeah
and
Bring back
or
the hook
be a
shot.
shorter game. The other rule would be free throws. I think free throws should be shot like penalties at the end of the game. So if a team is beating you by 45 points and you don't have enough free throws to amount to 46 points, then there's no point in shooting them. And that would save you like an hour of gameplay.
Yeah, that's
Especially
really
if you're Shaq.
Right, because right now, all the players are complaining that they're playing so many games back to back to back.
Yeah.
Well, if you take off some of that load in game, then it's really not that big of a deal. You can play a game every day.
again. I'm a hockey fan.
Yeah, you could
I
just
know.
do a shootout
They
at the
they
end.
play games
That's what I'm
every
saying.
other night, and they're beating the hell out of each other.
They're
I'm
not
sorry,
complaining.
NBA players. You know,
Yeah, I haven't seen an
You
NBA
keep
player
playing.
be body slammed lately, but I have seen a Hawker player be body slammed.
Absolutely.
or a hockey player.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah.
Hawker,
Same word.
whatever.
I love Hawker.
Bourbon.
I love
And
it.
then
Yes.
Rye.
Yes.
We
What
drank
else we
some
gotta
good
talk about?
stuff. We smoked some good stuff.
We
there
have.
wasn't really much in the industry this week.
There was not.
No.
I don't know. I
It
didn't
was
pay
slow.
attention too much
You
because
know,
my
New
phone
Year's
was inside
Day,
most of
all
it.
that. Yeah. Expect everything to pick up.
People are starting
Now,
to ship again.
We did find out something. Some sad news. The Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge is not eligible for
Yeah.
Best to Leaf for 2025.
And I get it.
Rah.
You know, they decided going forward that you can't win consecutive years for Cigar Lounge of the Year, Cigar Shop of the
So
Year.
you can
all
go
that.
back in the
So next year
26.
we
Yeah.
could do it again. Yeah, but the cool thing was they invited me to be a judge.
Awesome.
So I get to be a judge for it this year. So that's kind of cool. And honestly, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see somebody else win it this year. 'cause-
Well, and it's a smaller area. It's 10 states now instead of 20.
Instead of 20.
yeah, last
So-
year it was a lot of states.
So did they add a segment into that and just break it down into
yeah.
like 10 state groups?
I think there's more. There's like a Northeast now, which there wasn't
And like a
before.
Midwest and
I
a-
think now it's Kentucky.
I would say-
South is the South region. So
Because the Midwest before was basically a
a
giant
lot.
area.
It was giant. Yes.
like the actual Midwest.
So I'm really happy that we won that one because it was a lot more states and we
Yeah.
won over that. But I don't have. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. But
Yep.
I am.
Also on the local front,
Yes,
so Harold Bolton is doing Best of Madison County.
they are.
That will be coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that.
We were nominated for like 6 or 7 different categories.
Which thank you to all the people that wrote in nominations.
Yes, thank you
Appreciate
guys.
that.
Yes.
Yep. So keep an eye out for that. When you see Final Third up there, go ahead and throw a vote or 20.
Yeah, and we'll be posting that as soon as they start having the voting go live.
Yep.
It should be. I think it's coming up here in the next week or so.
I think that's an everyday vote.
I think
It
you
is.
can vote
Yeah, you
every
can vote
day.
once a
Go
day.
every
Once per
and
day,
vote
yeah.
again.
Yeah. So we would love to win some of those awards.
A reminder: the pick of the pairing of the month,
Pairing of the month. Yep.
the Aladino Corojo Reserva and the Jack Daniel Barrel Pick. How many bottles have you gone through of that?
Dude, we've gone through a case already.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
that good.
It is that good.
I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, you got to get in here and try that one.
That's a
And-
relatively inexpensive pour too. I won't talk about money, but
Yeah,
it is
it is.
a relatively inexpensive pour for
Yeah.
the bottle.
Yes.
So
And if you're looking to get a bottle, follow Indiana Bourbon or End of Watch Legacy Fund on Instagram or Facebook. They will actually have those bottles available to purchase through him. If you're a Final Third person, you can actually reach out to him prior and get maybe one reserved, so you can actually not have to wait because this is going to sell out in minutes.
Yeah.
He's not going to have this for more than
No,
probably
it's gonna be
15
gone.
minutes.
Gonna go
Yeah.
very quick.
So
It'll be gone.
Yeah.
It's that good.
it is that
It is
good.
that good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Well, guys, we're excited. It's a new year. Same us.
Yep.
Nothing new. Nothing changed.
None of that new year, new me shit.
Nope. We will not be doing Dry January.
No.
Absolutely.
That's
because
right.
I don't want to.
Exactly.
Well, and I think it's for quitters.
Yeah.
It
Nobody
really
likes a
is.
quitter.
Nobody
No,
likes a
don't
quitter.
quit.
But also, if you
No.
have a problem, please get help.
Yes,
Yes.
please get help. And there's nothing wrong with taking a couple days off just to make sure you're okay.
If
But
you're
a
doing
month?
dry January, I guess we support you. Go do you.
Yeah.
But
It's a weird thing.
So if you definitely do that, and again, nothing wrong with that. If you want to get your health going, there's nothing wrong with this. We do have a couple of non-alcoholic beer options too here, so you can come in here and still have a beer, Heineken Zero, and I think we got an Athletic IPA.
great coffee.
Coffee's great.
Lots of people love like cream soda and Dr. Pepper with their
A&W
cigar.
beer
Yeah.
zero.
We also
And,
have a couple of
Scott.
we have a non-alcoholic bourbon and non-alcoholic tequila. So if you want to make a cocktail, we can make those with non-alcoholic. So you have that option too.
It's called water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always water.
Readily available.
Yes.
Did you know that Louisville water is like a registered, copyrighted thing? No, I'm serious.
It is copyrighted.
It's the same freaking limestone
They just-
shelf all the way to northern Illinois,
And it goes
guys.
to Chicago.
yeah. I mean, Pendleton water comes from limestone.
Yes. I've got
Bedrock.
my house is literally built on a limestone shelf.
Yeah.
You dig down like 6 inches and you're like, oh, there's a big limestone right there.
Better
Great,
patent it,
great.
Rob.
I forget. There's one of the bartenders who was like,
Patent it.
I really wish back in the 50s or 60s, whenever they made like the actual rules around bourbon, they'd made it only Kentucky. I'm like, well, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no problem with saying it's a United States thing. That's fine.
It is. I mean, come on.
And I'm still looking for Guam whiskey. So whenever Guam decides to get on the bandwagon and make some bourbon,
Somebody's got to do it.
it just never gets cold there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick about Michter's that kind of shocked me. They heat their rickhouses.
Well,
So during winter, they said they'd do it something like 3 to 6 times a year, depending on the temperature changes, that they heat the rickhouse and then let it all out. So heat it up for a day or whatever. They said 24, 36 hours, something like that.
okay.
Which
To
we know
regulate the-
we've heard of like some of the people trying to do things where they compress, whiskey, the white dog into wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing that. It's semi-artificial because they're not waiting on the seasons, but they did mention like they showed colors and how quickly they got color on their whiskey, and it was because they do that heating process.
So are there rick houses around Louisville?
Yes,
okay.
I think they said they had 3 locations.
Jen, correct me. I think it was Shively is where their rick houses are.
Okay, okay.
I believe Shively was where all the rick houses are kept.
That's
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I mean, they did keep
Huh.
barrels there at that location that we were at.
Yeah, the ones there were just for show though.
Yeah, I think
No,
so.
like the
those
ones-
were, but
those
they
were,
did
but yeah,
say
there
that
are
they
some
Yeah,
those
'cause
other
they,
ones.
They got
'cause
the
have to-
barrels that
yeah.
they do. Yeah, so
they do the
store-
bottle your own.
Yeah, so they got,
experience.
who knows, they might have, 100 barrels or something at that downtown location. It's not going to be big.
Right.
Because the building's not that big. But still, doing the, heating it up, I thought that was kind of interesting. I did
is,
not
yeah.
know that they did that. And certainly you can see some of the dark colors you get from something that's a 5 to 7 year product. Small
I
batch.
guess what that does is it maybe has that seasonal changeover happen 4 times a year as opposed to once a year.
Confirmed. Yes, it was Shively.
Shively.
Yeah.
So I did
Yep,
remember
so
that. I remembered
kind
some
of
of
a
the
cool
things.
thing.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
One big benefit to Jen being hungover on the second day was she retained all of the information, while
information.
none of
Nice.
us did. So
Nice.
The rest of us just kept drinking.
yeah, shout out to Jen for the remote producer today because
Yep.
Yep.
she helped us out on our on all of our misinformation.
fact-checker.
Yeah, she was our live fact checker. So
Yeah.
All right.
Jen has a new title. So
I think we're
Yeah.
We're good. We're good, yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the
Yeah.
live. Again, we're going to be doing this continuously Sundays, 1 o'clock at the Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge. Mike, where can they find you?
you can find me at both their visuals, Spencer Lee's, and don't forget to follow the Final Third podcast.
Find me at Scotty D Smokes. I'm trying to figure out Instagram.
I'm
I
working on
found
it.
out that I've not posted much there. Everything's been on Facebook, so
Yeah.
I will try to
I'll
figure out
help
how
you
to
out.
link those, and then you'll be seeing content on both Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
I'm on Moto Photo Will on
Yep.
Instagram.
Moto photo _Will.
Will_Will.
Yes, yes. And I'm everywhere, Final Third Cigar. So thanks you guys for listening in. Thanks for the live people, but also everyone listening to this. And we will see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
everyone. Peace. Bye, Mom.